See it off to the right-hand side.
I see it, but I don't see anyone's comments over here.
Okay. We have Ace. We have the Wandering Fisherman. We have Jason Blackburn. And we have John Boy's Catfishing in here. Whoops.
I see it now.
So, here's Robin Yates. Hi, Maurice. How you doing? Everybody, there's a link in the description below for the GoFundMe for Maurice Kaysen and his family. So, please go visit it and help him out. He's going through a tough time right now.
Hello, Maurice.
Him and his wife and family is going through a real tough time right now, so he needs some help. After I get one ordered from the guy that owns the hats, Maurice. So we're gonna just deal with the around and just chat around a little bit until we get more people in here. Hi, Randall Wade. How are you doing? JP3, how are you doing, bud? Tara. Yeah, last week I took JB's wrench away, gave it to Tara, and Tara turned around and smacked JB with a wrench. Put him in timeout. Look at it, everybody. In case you don't know who this gentleman is, this is Outside with a Haze, Matt. You do have a YouTube channel, right?
I do, Outside with the Haze.
And you do have content up there on it?
Yes, I do.
Anybody?
Anything new? I haven't had anything new for about a month and a half because fish don't want to bite.
Hey, Jason, or JB, if you get mad, it ain't me that timed you out. Anybody, any mod can put Outside with the Hazes link up. That'd be great.
Thank you, JB3. I try to support them all.
Hi, Hooks and Hammocks. Welcome. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe and the bell notification and the like button. If you have questions for the Hay, Matt, please let us know in chat, and we'll get them asked. Are you a bank fisherman or a boat fisherman?
Total bank.
Bank?
Yep. Bank only.
Cool. I mean, there's a lot more people. JB's calling you his buddy.
I'm hoping to get a kayak here pretty soon. That'll change some things up.
A kayak for a guy my size, that'd be like putting a muskrat on a cigarette, trying to put him together. That ain't gonna happen. But braid or monofilament?
Mostly monofilament.
What's your you do bait casters or spinning reels?
Bait casting. I have an Abu Garcia 7000 catfish special and a catfish or Cat King. What is Cat King? 7,000.
Hooks and Hammock says kayak catfish. I love it. Where are you from, Haze?
I live in Central Illinois.
You live in Central Illinois?
I live in Central Illinois.
So you're what part?
In Bloomington?
Oh, you're north of me by about 3 hours.
Yep. So I go down to the Clinton Lake a lot. It's the best one close to me.
Okay.
It's a power plant lake. So
yeah, that has a lot of nice blues in it. So
a lot of big blues. That's where I caught my 21 pounder.
Be nice on that one, John Boy. Like John Boy says, like putting a monkey on a football in water. That ain't gonna work.
Monkey on a football.
Yeah, everybody, please go check out Matt outside of the Haze's channel, and let's help him grow and let's show him some support. Do you mainly fish rivers or lakes?
Mostly lakes. If I go to Springfield, I've been wanting to go fish on the Sangamon. And that's really the only river I can really think of that I want to go try around here.
What about Illinois? Or is that too far away?
Well, no, I can actually go to Illinois. Just I haven't ventured up that way yet. Peoria is only like 45 minutes for me. Maybe not in that.
Is that if you know Jason Lamb in chat, he lives up around your area too. So
yeah.
So does I think it's Outdoor Addiction. I believe it's him. I know Jay's Catfishing lives up there.
Nice.
So
yeah, last time I was at the Bass Pro Shop, I was looking at the Illinois River there, and I couldn't really see where you could even fish along there. So I definitely would need a local person to show me where you can fish from in the Illinois.
Yeah, Jason would be good for that one. Jason Lamb.
Yeah.
Hey, Jess. Jesse's in northern Illinois. So he'd be another good one to hook up with and go fishing with.
Mm-hmm.
Outdoor Addiction. So
I think Epic lives somewhere around here because he fishes Springfield Lake quite often, I've noticed.
Epic lives up around you too, so.
Right.
Hi, Country Boy Catfishing, how you doing? So you have at least, by a good calculation, 8 or 9, maybe 10 people I know that it's up around your neck of the woods that catfish.
Nice. I want to connect with them.
I know Outdoor Addiction's one of them, Jesse. Jay's Catfishing. Jason Lamb. Epic. Jigging with, no, not Jake. Yeah, Jigging with Jake, the crappie fisherman. He's up there.
Yeah, like I've got his hat right here.
Huh?
I'm wearing his hat. Do you see that?
Yeah. He's up around your area.
Yep, he lives over by Springfield.
Jason Blackburn wants to know, where did the name Outside with the Haze come from?
Well, my last name is Hazelrig. And growing up, a lot of people called me Haze. And so I like to be outside, and I just put that together. Real creative, right?
I like that. That's cool. That's really cool. So, what's your biggest blue?
21 pounds.
And your flathead?
I haven't got a flathead yet.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You know there's a meet and greet going to be coming up here, down here in May.
Yep. I've got the days taken off.
It'll be a 4-day meet and greet, and the lake it's on will have big flatheads, blues, channels, and some nice record-sized crappie.
Nice. Yeah, my wife and I, we were going to go to Red Lake last summer, but we just never made it down there.
I'll tell you what, once you fish that place and hook into some of the big blues and flatheads and the crappie was the size of this tablet,
yeah,
you'll come back for more. I'll tell you what, you'll have some flatheads that take your line sideways without you knowing about it. Then when you go to reel it in, it's wrapped around the tree stump on the
oh, you're
water.
kidding.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
If you're night fishing and you're not paying attention to your line, those flatheads will take your line just like this, sideways, while it's tight. They're very quick about it, but it won't be fast neither.
Wow. Yeah, I've been trying to catch one all summer long.
I've lost,
find them.
last year I lost 7 flatheads on that lake.
Wow.
And I tell you what, I was fuming. I wanted to go out there and dive on every tree stump that was out there and blow it out of the water.
You got a lot of stumps out there?
Oh, where I was fishing, yeah, they had about like 30 or 40 tree stumps out there where they cut them down before they filled the lake up with water.
It's a man-made lake then.
Yeah. And it covers almost 2.5 counties.
Holy cow.
So it's a big lake.
Wow.
I said to where I kicked the first tree stump, felt around it, and I got one of my rigs back off that one. And I went out there another 10 or 20 feet up to my shoulders, went down and got the rest of my rigs off the other tree stumps.
Holy cow.
In my sinkers.
Yeah.
They had
That's dedication there.
Yeah, I was kind of a little peeved because I'm Mike Irving. I just wanted to see how tall the tree stumps were.
Right.
And they weren't this tall. They were up a good 2.5 feet off the ground where they were cut.
Wow.
So it's a good lake. It's a good fishing lake. You got some nice slab bluegills in there as well. Plus, you got some good shad in there for the bait fish.
Right.
But me, as long as I have a cast net, I don't need bait.
Right. Yeah, and you give me a smaller cast net. I have an 8-foot cast net. It's not always easy to throw.
Oh, I do an 8-foot cast net. That's all I throw. That's all I throw is an 8-foot.
I think I might get a 5 or a 6.
Well, the reason why I like the 8-foot, it has more weight and it drops quicker. Because I started out with a 3-foot, 4-foot, 5-foot, and a 6. And compared, I was throwing them one day, started off with a 3-foot, then went with a 5-foot, then the 6-foot, then the 8. Comparing the drop, the 8-foot drops quicker than the 3, 5, and 6.
I'm sure it does.
I mean, with a good throw, you get much more coverage and a lot more bait fish.
Yeah, about a week ago, no, 2 weeks ago, I was throwing my cast net out. I filled about half a bucket full of bait fish. It was like probably 10 minutes.
When the shad are running on Horseshoe Lake, I can fill a 5-gallon bucket up with one throw on an 8-foot net.
Oh, you're kidding.
And I mean,
Wow.
English shad are about the size of this tablet.
Yeah, I was getting all sizes from this big, about that big.
Well, if I get them that big, I'll keep them and use them for channel cat or crappie baits.
Mm-hmm.
But the bigger ones, if they're about maybe half this length, I'll just put them on the hook live and just cut the tail off and
Right.
use them for attractant.
Do you freeze yours?
I do, but if
I've been thinking.
when I do mine, when I catch them, I have a slush mixture I have in the cooler in the back of my truck. That's ice cold water with about 20-pound bag of ice in it and rock salt or sea salt. And I have it mixed up real good into a slurry to where when I put them in there, they go up underneath the ice and they pre-freeze.
Oh, wow.
So when you get them home, you just put them in a vacuum. You put them on paper towels, pat them dry, put them in the vacuum sealer with a little bit of salt still on them, and they're gonna vacuum seal perfectly.
Yeah, that's why I've been looking at getting a vacuum sealer for that reason.
I went to Rural King and bought one for about $104. It's a big game vacuum sealer,
Mm-hmm.
and I love it. I started
I
out
like
with,
that.
huh?
I like that price better. I was looking at Bass Pros. They were like 150 on up.
Well, I could have bought one up there, Rural King for about $300, but I figured $104, $105 would be about the best one I need.
Yeah.
And you can cut your bags down to the size you want and put your shad in there or whatever you want and just vacuum seal them. If you put your barbecue meats in one of those vacuum seal bags and vacuum seal it, it gets it really tight and vacuum sealed where there's no air gaps or anything. And you put that meat in there for 2 years, and when you take it out 2 years from now, it'll still be fresh.
No kidding.
Yep, just like you bought it out of the store, you took it right off your smoker.
That's pretty nice. So do you use all bait casters or are you both spinning and bait?
Me, I got one bait caster because I won a rod off Chunky's catfishing. And then Richard Ward, Mad Catters, he sent me a reel, a Shakespeare 8 ATS, low profile catfishing reel I like. I got it set up. Hi, Sampy. And I have, most of my reels are spinning reels. I'm new to bait casting.
Right.
I've casted this about 4 times with a drag set for a 4 and 5 ounce weight. I have not backed off the tension yet a little bit like he told me to.
Right.
I casted it because I noticed that I backed off too much. That 30-pound Whisker Seeker land is going to go everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. No matter what, you're even when you're good at it, you still get backlashing.
Well, I had, old pin number 9, right?
Uh-huh.
Remember those old pin number 9s?
Yes.
Where they don't have anywhere where you can adjust the spool.
Mm-hmm.
Try casting one of them for the first time.
Yeah.
With fun of filming it.
Probably takes practice, right?
I'll put it this way. I cut off close to 450 yards of line because I couldn't get it untangled.
Oh my gosh.
That's how bad it was.
Wow.
I casted a 4-ounce weight trying to cast it across the river. It made it 100 yards out, hit the water, and I didn't get my thumb on it in time. And that thing backlashed like you wouldn't believe. The reel went this way, then it went back this way, then back this way again. I'm like,
Oh my.
nope. I'm done. Pulled in the line. I cut off my Carolina rigs, saved my sinker, saved the hook and everything, cut off all the line, put the rod back up in the truck, and pulled out my spinning rods.
Yeah.
A pin number 9 is not something for a beginner to try.
Right.
But
yeah, I think my first bait caster was an Abu Garcia 5500. I'd never thrown one before, and I went crappie fishing with it. I put a bobber on it and threw it out, and had to pull out the rest of the string.
I watched. I took a friend of mine last year, Jason Lamb, snagging for spoonbill down below Alton Dam, and he used a bait caster versus me with a spinning reel.
Wow.
Well, he almost ended up with 3rd-degree burns on his thumb trying to use a bait caster for snagging.
Oh my!
Oh, that was a sight to see.
Wow.
That was, oh man. He ended up with more snags than I did. Hey, Justin,
Yeah, I
fishing.
see people. I hear people saying they use braid on their bait caster. I think my thumb can take that.
Braid is a lot easier than monofilament.
Yeah.
It's a lot
I like
thinner.
it.
It's a lot smoother.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. I love my braid.
I guess I decided to feel for the braid or for the monofilament. I'm afraid I'm gonna push down too hard and get some friction on it.
Well, it's the same way with a monofilament. You push down too hard, you're gonna get burned on that one.
Right.
You just gotta know. You see, the monofilament isn't as round as a braid. The braid's more flatter than the monofilament,
Right.
but it's a lot stronger.
Yeah.
It don't have the stretch that the monofilament has. So if you do a hook set with braid, you're gonna get it like that instead of waiting 2-3 seconds for that line to tighten up in the water.
Right.
And you'll feel, if you get a twitch like that on braid, you'll see it because that's real time action. Normally, if a cat does it on monofilament, he's stretching that line before you get that reaction on the pole.
Oh, really? Well, even with your bait caster on, I mean, you're gonna hear it.
Oh yeah,
It's pretty good.
Justin says you don't like braid on bait casters. It's an open. It's okay on open bells.
Yeah.
I like braid no matter what because I can control it better. I go from 20 to 40 pound braid, so maybe 50 tops.
Yeah, I've never used anything more than 40 pounds.
But see, my braid is so thin. If I put a 50 pound braid on, it's going to be like putting 12-pound test on your reel.
Really?
But it's 8-strand braid and it's strong.
That whisker seekers that you use?
That whisker seeker line, that's a regular monofilament.
Is it? That's
But
what I
that-
have on my Abu.
30-pound test, but it's super thin. I like it because you can, I mean, for that kind of monofilament being that thin and how strong it was, I was amazed.
Right.
Mad Cat just says mono is the only way to go. But that's a topic that will never be solved.
Sure.
Mono versus braid.
It's definitely what you're comfortable with, I would say.
Yeah. I got 2 spools already set up with braid for this year. I got 1 blue. I got 1 high-vis yellow. I got 1 more reel I got to get. My Cast King reel. I gotta get respooled. The Shakespeare bait caster's already been spooled, so I'm gonna leave that line on there. Yeah, I like that whisker seeker line, Mad Catter. That's some strong line. But
Yeah, that the Berkeley Big Game's good too.
yeah, that's what John Boy uses, Berkeley, but he uses 40-pound big game.
It's really good for the price.
What I use for a leader would shock you. Have you ever heard of Cajun line?
Mm-mm. Nope.
That's what that is.
No, I don't think I've ever seen that.
Get out of Walmart and you get a spool of it. 17-pound test Cajun. You get a 700-yard spool. And this is super freaking strong. This will not break.
Really?
If you hook something in the bottom of the lake with this, you're going to have to wrap a piece of wood around the line and pull on it. Because this will not break with your hand on it. It'll cut you before it breaks.
Right.
I pulled in before I started doing videos, I was on a Frank Holton. We were fishing for trout and crappie. And then my big catfish rod lined up, spooled up with this. The guy launched his boat, and we asked him if he wanted us to hold the lead line. He goes, no, I got it. Well, we watched his boat drift off the trailer. We watched his lead line come off the boat. And it wasn't fastened to the boat.
Oh.
That rope came all the way down, off into the water. Then that tip just went right in the water, and his boat kept going backwards, as he pulled out to the park his truck. He came back thinking his boat was going to be tied to the eyelet where he tied the other end of that rope. He goes, oh, I tied one end, but I didn't tie the other. And he's fixing to take a swim. I'm like, there's a sign right there that says no wading, no swimming, and no ice skating. He goes, how am I going to get the boat? I says, that's no problem. I could hit that boat with my catfish rod and bring it in. He looked at me, and my friends knew I could cast out there with my rod. I hit that boat twice with a 4-ounce sinker and a number 10-aught circle hook. The fourth time I hit it, the sinker went into the steering column, wrapped around the steering column, and the key went through the eyelet of the key in the ignition.
Oh my gosh.
And I pulled that boat in sideways with this line.
That's pretty amazing.
This is made by Zebco, but I tell you what, this line is super tough. And that's what I use for my leader line. Is this stuff.
Yeah, I've never seen that stuff.
Yeah, you get it out of Walmart, and it'll cost you maybe $8, maybe a little bit more.
That's not bad at all.
Oh, I like that whisker seeker line. Trust me. And I'm amazed at how thin that damn stuff is. But here's one thing you don't know about this stuff. You get this 3 foot underwater, and this red line is invisible. Fish won't see it.
Yeah, you'd think that they'd see the red.
Yeah, but once it goes so far down under the water, it's 17-pound test, Mr. Gadget. And I tell you what, I've compared. Hey, buddy. Norm, Hayes
How's it
has
going,
some
Norm?
Hayes has some questions for me and you both that we can help him with. Hey, Norm, I want to send you post a link in chat for you.
So I wonder if there's ever been any studies that show the color of the string matters. The line of the string.
Not many have, but I've been doing my own tests with them. But I found out for the first 3 feet of water, line color, the lines will be seen.
Right.
Your high vis lines will be seen all the way down to 15, 20 feet. After 6 feet, you ain't going to see this.
Wow.
It goes invisible. But your normal 50-pound test lines and stuff like that, you'll see them. Your normal white monofilament lines, your regular monofilament lines that you get, like your Oxyplex and your regular Walmart cheap fishing lines,
Sure.
you'll see them all the way down to the bottom.
Really?
Your braids you won't see unless they're the high vis, like your yellows, maybe your blues. Any high color braid, they'll see them.
Yeah, most of the breed I've seen, there's like that green mossy color.
Right. The green mossy color braids, once they go in the water, after about 4 or 5 inches, you ain't going to see them.
Yeah.
I got 30-pound blue braid on my Penn Pierce 6000, and that's 30-pound braid, and that's blue, and that's about the diameter of 10-pound test, and I love it. But the rods I buy are inexpensive and cheap. I think the only rod that I have that's costed me a little bit of money is my Akuma Tundra, which cost me about $45. My catbuster rods are $11 a piece.
I got mine on the Berkeley big game.
The line or the rods?
The rods.
What are those price ranges on them, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, those rods, they sell for $19.99, but they're like out of stock. So I ended up finding them on eBay for $30, I think.
Now, do you do medium heavies or heavy actions for the bank?
Medium heavy. Medium heavy to heavy. I think both those are medium heavy.
I basically stick with a heavy action just for the simple fact that I fish a lot of current, a lot of heavy current, and I like the backbone to where I can, if I have to winch on the fish with a drag set the way it is, it ain't going to bend and break. It's going to give me the strength I need to get that fish out of that current, to get him turned. Where medium action,
You fish on the Mississippi, don't you?
I mean, I do the Mississippi, I do the Kaskaskia. I've done the Illinois once.
A lot of current on Mississippi, pulling your line.
Oh, yeah. That's why I like the braid, because with the monofilament will get dragged through the water a lot quicker because it's thicker. With a braid, it just cuts through the water a lot faster. I've noticed that. And some people some people think it's a reverse with the braid and all that. I actually put for crappie. I have a 12-foot crappie rod. That's a crappie buster rod. It's medium light action with a super fast action tip with a little crappie roll about like that. I took 120 yards of 6-pound braid and put on that reel. What rod do I use? I have. Hold on, I have the Akuma Longitude, which I use, which I love, and it cost me $45 at the tackle spot where I got them. I got Cat Busters, which is made by Bass Pro. I got them from 11 foot. They cost me $11 a piece for them two. Flathead Kathmandu.
What up, David? Haze?
What's up, Norm?
This one is for you as well.
What you got, gangsta?
What's your choice of fish? Catfish, channel, flatheads, or blues?
I catch a lot of blues. I like blues. I like the way they fight.
Okay. Norm, he's wanting to start doing lives.
Okay.
And he wants to pick our brains and for us to help him get the gist of everything about going live and all this. And I told him between me and you, we should be able to help him with what he needs to know and everything. I kind of got him started up with the moderator part.
Okay.
Justin, those are Cat Busters. I got them out of Bass Pro.
Yeah, for have you gone through StreamYard any at all yet, Haze?
I've looked at it.
Well, this is his first time on StreamYard to my stream.
Okay. StreamYard is pretty straightforward. If you just go to StreamYard.com, you'll get on there and you have to link your YouTube channel to the StreamYard. I mean, it's simple as if you're doing it through a desktop or a laptop to get it started. It's really simple. You just copy and paste and put the link into the link account, and that's really about it. After it's linked up, you don't have to go back and keep doing that every time you log into StreamYard.
Okay.
The pros of StreamYard is the free. It gets you up and started. You're limited to so many hours a month. How many hours was it, Abe? I think it was 20.
You get 23 hours a month.
20-something hours a month. Of course, it does make you have to use the StreamYard logo in the corners. You can still do like our names that are like on the bottom here. You can still do that, change colors. If you like how your background is right now in your house, if you want to set up a green screen, if your computer can handle it and process it, you can run a green screen behind you as well, and then put a picture up on that green screen, like how Law has the catfish behind him.
Right.
You can do that, or Patriot James usually has the flag. It's real easy. Once you get it set up, every now and then, like say you set it up on your computer, laptop, desktop, just to get everything linked up, because I think it's easier getting it started on a computer.
Right.
You can see everything. It's just more clear. After you do that, you make sure you have an email you can get into and stuff like that, because after you get set up on a computer, you got to log in on your phone just to go through StreamYard. Just get on the actual StreamYard, go through just like you're on a web browser on the computer, and then type in StreamYard. It'll ask you for your email. Sometimes when you go to start on a new device, it'll ask you, hey, we don't recognize this device. You need to put in the StreamYard code that we sent you in order to allow you to have access to it. And that's...
I'm sorry, but you have a Google account on your phone? and on your laptop, you'll be able to go through StreamYard a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
Once you have your Google account for YouTube, you can go through StreamYard and hook up to all those simpler and easier to verify.
Oh, I don't have comments on. Let me make sure comments are on.
Sorry about that, Norm.
Oh no, you're fine. I don't want to miss it. Like, hey, May Catter, don't listen to Norm. He cost me $500 today. Well, J Dog went out and got him a good phone. Really nice phone. It should do pretty well. Long as he has signal, it'll be really good. John Boy, thank you, John Boy. Yeah, where we was fishing out this weekend. I know I went back and watched it. I know my video was clear, but it had that little glitch. You know, you could tell when it was glitching a little bit, and I wasn't sure if it was the service or the phone itself. So, you know, that's another thing you have to worry about when you want to start going live. If you want to do bait fishing, just bait fishing live. Service is a huge issue. Unless you're bald like JP3, then you get signal everywhere.
One thing about StreamYard, if you're not upgraded, I think you can have 5 people?
5 people, correct.
But once you upgrade, you can have up to 10 screens on your desktop, 10 different guests on here. Plus, correct. You can also hook up to Facebook at the same time, too, and do a live on YouTube and Facebook.
Correct. Yeah, I have the $25 or $26 a month ordeal. It gives me access to shoot it wherever I want to. Like, I think I can do Instagram, too. I'm not sure. I know certain platforms you cannot because the platform can't handle the encoding and everything that involves with the StreamYard. Facebook is a cool feature. I don't really get a whole lot of people through Facebook watching. Like, I may get 2 or 3 people max watching through Facebook. So that's just one of those things. Like, well, is it worth going through it? But yeah, StreamYard's pretty. There's a lot of other live platforms. I've been picking up other platforms, but StreamYard seems to be the most easiest and most up forward to it. A lot of people are using it. It's real easy. You know, it's pretty simple. Now, if you would like me to, I can make you a separate video, Haze, and send it to you and show you how to actually set it up and everything if you need help with that. It's pretty easy.
I'm sure I can figure it out.
Yeah, it's literally just typing in the email, the website address, StreamYard.com. You get on there, it asks you for your email to confirm your email, and then there'll be a little folder. So it feels like a share. You know the share symbol, and it asks you there, and it's like where you want to share this to, and then once you click it, it's like, do you want to share it to YouTube, Facebook, yada yada, and you just straight go to your YouTube channel, hit copy from the URL at the top of the bar from your channel, and drop it in there, and that's literally it. You're ready to go.
It's almost as simple as you did tonight when you went into that link.
Yeah, that was pretty easy.
Huh?
That was pretty easy.
Yeah, it's basically just as simple as that. But instead, this time you're Googling up StreamYard, and you're going to go straight into it from that way and create your own account and everything through StreamYard through Google.
Right.
So that way you have your own personalized StreamYard, and you can always check your billing cycle on there. It keeps track of the hours you use each month for the free.
Mm-hmm.
So I went 5 hours and stuff like that, and then when I was free, I still haven't burned it up.
Now, Norm, you make the bald jokes, but one day you will look this good.
I knew
eventually.
I mean,
we got that down, JP.
See, at least
there. See, it's getting there.
At least Haze, he embraces.
I'm almost there.
The hairstyle.
See,
that's a hairstyle.
See, we need to start a gang, the baldy catfishing gang. There you go. I'm sorry, but I've been wearing a hat ever since I was probably 12 or 13 years old. I'm shocked I even have hair left.
I mean, look,
I like this new hat.
I mean, I'm one step past Chad.
You still need a hat
Poor
on.
Chad.
JP3, you and Chad both need a hat on.
Oh,
Well, it is what it is. You got to embrace it.
Chad, if you're still in here, I'm pretty sure you are. I told what was I going to say? Jason, J-Dog, I told Chad about your request about the no double hook rigs and no electronics for our trip Saturday. So we'll see how that plays into. Yeah, we're doing I guess it's going to go down. Me and J-Dog versus Chad and Muskrat Saturday on Mark's channel. I still got to give Mark all the details about it. It should be interesting. So what I'm thinking is both of them are going to be off their game a little bit. Chad with Roger or Roger with Chad. Now, both of them will be in waters they're not familiar with. So that should be interesting to see how them two act out.
How's that going to be?
I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
How are they going to be in waters they're not familiar with?
Because they live about 2 hours apart.
Okay.
Well, see, the bottom of the river ain't the same all the way through the whole river. It's totally different. So, what in this 1, 2 or 3 mile stretch of the river is going to be different in the 2 or 3 mile above it or below it. So, it's going to be different. I mean, it's still going to be the same concept, fishing the same way, fishing structure or, ledges and stuff like that. But even when it's new waters, it still throws you for a loop. I know it does me. Go ahead.
Now, Norm, I was telling you earlier, and Avid, I don't know if you guys have used the Tanglewood catfish rods, and I've got I did splurge and buy a Tanglewood catfish rod, and it's the Monster Rod edition because I like the red and green, and I love the grip that's on it. But now I did JP Jr. and my mom bought me a Big Cat Fever rod for Christmas, and they bought my wife one too. They bought her the Riley Reid limited edition breast cancer.
Oh, we lost him.
What happened?
My bag?
You're back.
What'd you do?
I have no clue. But my parents, JP Jr. and my mom bought me the Big Cat Fever rod for Christmas, and they bought my wife the Riley Reid breast cancer awareness rod, the limited edition with the black and pink, and they are great. And I love my Tanglewood catfish. Now the Big Cat Fever has a softer tip, like a faster action tip. Mm-hmm. And I think they would be great for the smaller fish because you would see the bite quicker. The action is that much faster than a Tanglewood catfish.
Some of y'all know that I bought some channel cat rods. Just GX2 spinning combos from Walmart, $39. So I put braid on them and I took them out with me yesterday. Believe it or not, I caught 2 fish on one of them. And the biggest fish I caught on it was a 7-pound blue. And when that 7-pound blue hit that medium action, you knew he was hitting that medium action. Let's tell you that. And I had braid on, and I could feel every turn, flip, flop that fish did. And it's very different fishing from a medium heavy rod to a medium. Of course, the action is going to be different, but it's almost like going from a medium heavy to a bluegill rod for the catfish. That's what it felt like to me. I'm going to a bluegill rod to catch catfish, just for my mind's sake. How the difference is in the rod, and it really made that 7-pound blue feel so much more fun catching than it was on a medium heavy action. So I was real excited, catching those fish in that little rod. And y'all want to know what's so messed up? We went live for 3 hours. Nothing. Not a freaking thing.
Yeah, as soon as you go up, you get a hit.
We turned the camera off. We went to chase some shad. We didn't hit nothing. J Dog was throwing the cast net. I can't throw them, so it's mainly him. We never hit one. So we drove up the river a little bit. We found a nice little bend. I dropped anchor. I said, Jason, it ain't very deep here. So, he turned on the fish finder and he said it was about 9 foot deep. And for some odd reason, we was catching those fish in 9 foot of water. But I think the reason for being is we got hung up a lot. Like, we wasn't there 10 minutes. We done broke off 3 or 4 lines. I think it's because we was fishing some structure. I'm pretty sure it was structure. But yeah, that one time I broke my line, I done gave up. I was sitting there, I was like, yeah, I'm just sitting here enjoying myself. Next thing I know, J Dog got one. Oh, I got one. I was like, no way. And then within 20 minutes, we had 5 fish in the boat. I was like, oh, dang. But what threw me for the loop, this is what threw me off. I broke my line. I pretty much gave up. I just sit there and enjoy myself talking to J Dog, talking, brainstorming stuff back and forth. And I was sitting there. J Dog said, "Do you want a stick or something for your sinker so to go all the way down to your hook?" I said, "Nah, I ain't worried about it." I said, "I ain't gonna catch that anyways." And I let that egg sinker. I had about an ounce egg sinker, and it literally on top of the hook eye. No leader, no nothing. 2 times in a row, same setup. I caught fish on that exact way, straight in the bottom in the mud. No leader, no peg float, nothing. I was like, why not? Because I had one out there that had a peg float that was about 5 inches off the bottom floating up. Same spot, nothing. I threw that out there, was completely down in the mud, and caught 2 back to back. It just blew my mind. I was like, why are these fish still doing that? But I think I know why. It's because they was actually in the mud a little bit. Because there were fish we caught, they was covered in mud on the belly. Like they've been laying there for a day or 2 in the mud.
Well, that's what, I went through the same thing back in October with the couples tournament with Chad. Couldn't catch a fish on live stream. Soon as it ended, it wasn't like 20 minutes later, boom, 11.5 pound blue cat right in the boat. I mean, it was just one of those things. Is what it is.
Hey,
See, I told Jason, I told J Dog, I said, man, I'm jinxing this. I know, Lord. I said, I got 2 brand new rods, new lines, brand new winter outfit. Everything's new I'm wearing, except for the hat and the tennis shoes. I'm like, man, we ain't going to catch nothing. I'm straight up jinxing myself. Because y'all know how new rods are.
I gotta say, Norm, you look like a burnt version of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
You should see me in summertime. I'm pretty dark in summertime. Yeah, I agree with you.
Now, Haze. Now, what is your rod and reel of choice?
I have 2 bait casters. I have an Abu Garcia Catfish Special 7000 and a Cast King 7000 on Berkeley Big Game rod.
I'll tell you what I liked about the I bought the Cast King Rover 70. What I liked about it is it came with both handles. Where if you don't like a power handle, you go right back to the other handle. It came with everything, so you could go either way.
so what is your rigs of choice, Haze? Carolina rig, Texas rig, double rig?
Right now I'm double rigging, but I usually Carolina rig it.
Do you like the Santee Cooper rig or no?
It all depends. Whatever I feel like doing that day is what I throw out there.
Okay.
Yeah, J Dog, you outfished me. But as soon as I caught that second fish, guess who was ready to row?
Him.
No, I'm joking. I was ready to row. I wouldn't lie. I ain't gonna lie. After I caught that second catfish, I was like, yeah.
It wasn't J Dog. Now, if Tara would have been there, she'd have caught the fish.
Probably. She probably would have. I was fishing in her spot, so.
Do you ice fish, Haze?
I've seen the videos. Just saying.
Do you ice fish, Haze?
I want to. I've never done it before.
Oh, that's who Catfish and Crappie lives up there by you too.
Yeah, he lives up in Chicago.
Yeah,
Right.
I was talking to Mark earlier today when he was ice fishing. He's doing pretty good, he said.
He's another one that you can hook up with around there and meet up and he'll hook you up into some big flatheads too. So on the Rock River or somewhere up in there.
Yeah, ice fishing. I want to go with someone who knows what they're doing, or I'll kill myself.
Agree. I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't go ice fishing by myself.
No, I'd go with Mark because he's been doing it up there, and he should be able to help you out with that.
Yeah.
But on a side note, J Dog did let me trailer his boat yesterday, and I didn't ran it through the back of his expedition, so that's good.
So what'd you do? Rip out the bottom of the boat?
No, came close. I thought I was going to at first, but no. If I was on the Ohio River, I think I would have had a little bit more problems, but I wouldn't fight no current, so it went smoothly. Believe it or not, I had more of a time bending my fat butt over and laying on the bow of the boat and leaning over and trying to hook that cable up to turn it up to pull it up to the bow
That's
of
been
it.
funny to watch.
So
Pillsbury
Been live.
hook a boat up to the trailer.
I was sitting there. Jason said, "No, a little more." I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "It's got to be touched." I'm like, "Oh, okay." You know, I've never put a boat on a trailer before. That was new to me. When he first told me, I'm like, "Man, I'm gonna tear this boat all to hell."
So
That was my first thought.
you fish all the way up to ice fishing, Haze, or what?
What was that?
You fishing for cats all the way up to where the water freezes over, or what? Or do you stop?
Right now, the water's not frozen at all. So,
Well, that's cool.
yeah, it's still, there's no solid water yet.
So do you also fish for crappie and bluegill, or just blues channels of play?
I do crappie and bluegill. I was trying that today too, and I couldn't catch anything. I saw the other guys catching them, and so I asked him. I said, "Well, you need some minnows." Well, of course, I didn't have any minnows on me.
I want to use some of my catfish stuff through the, like, I know, guys, I'm sorry, but I want to take some chicken breast and try it through a little ice hole for catfish. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just want to see.
Watch Jesse do it. One of these days, he's going to put chicken breast down that hole. He's going to end up with, in the 17-inch hole, he's going to put the chicken breast down there, and he's going to end up with a 45-pounder, and he's going to have to cut that hole 5 times bigger.
Now, I did see a guy. Who was it? Someone pulled a 40-something pound blue through the ice last week.
Yeah, but he had to cut the hole bigger to get that big cat out.
Yeah, he had 3 holes there dug out around it.
Uh-huh.
I was like, yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, but you know how much risk you're going to take of losing that fish just to pick up a nice auger to dig that hole?
Oh, yeah.
See, the ice fishing reminds me of the movie Grumpy Old Men.
That's what makes me want to go do it.
That's one thing I want.
Norm wants to fit in the group of grumpy old men ice fishing.
Well, he looks like a grumpy ass old man.
Yeah, but hey, as soon as he jumps on the ice, he's going to create another hole that he's going to go through.
Oh,
He looks like Norm looks like Avid Jr.
Oh. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Now, I don't know whether he was in Kentucky years ago or not, but hey, could be true.
Last time I was in Kentucky, Norm wasn't even thought of.
Well,
Hey, Mom,
he
you
could have
like
been
Bigfoot?
in your pants. We don't know.
Hey, Mom, did you ever lay around with Bigfoot? Oh, Lord have mercy.
Just saying. But after all that, I do want a Green Hornet fishing rod, at least for my man cave. That would be the coolest rod ever.
A Green Hornet fishing rod? Where the hell are you going to find that at?
eBay.
They sell them on Amazon.
Good night, John Boyd.
See, here's what I have an idea of. Me and Jess gave me the idea because he had bought a little stuffed skunk that he had ice fishing with him. I want to find a sticker, a skunk sticker, and put it on one of my rods and call it the skunk rod.
Well, I sent Norm a sticker earlier. What the heck was that, Norm? Doggone, you have to remind me because I can't see it right now because I'm on my phone.
Oh, I already know what it is.
And I mentioned it to Chris Flores about him making the skunk rod. And Michael Morello chimed in and says, Well, it'd be a good idea of
I don't know if y'all can
making
see
it. It's just how would you market it? It'd be like trying to market a skunk ride to sell.
See, if JP3 had a Facebook, he would know that we actually caught fish yesterday. He was doing it at first to be a smart aleck, and he's like, "Oh well, no."
But see, I'm gonna do this for a joke. I want to find a little skunk sticker about like that long, about like that tall.
Yeah.
Put one of my catfish buster rods. Preferably my Cast King, since it hasn't caught anything all year. I want to nickname that one skunk rod. As soon as I do it, it's going to be the only rod that catches fish.
Yep.
Thank you, Maurice. You are the man. He said, "Y'all be nice to Norm." See, I got Maurice on my side.
Coast Guard Doughboy?
Hey, it's Doughboy outfish you.
And yeah, I only got you thinking that way. Hey, Mark Clark and Mo Creek. So, tell us a little more about you, Haze. What got you into catfishing?
Well, I've been fishing most of my life, but the reason why I like catfishing is the size. I like to fight. I mean, everyone bass fishes and crappie fish, but you go for catfish, you can sit there and drink beer and wait for them to fight.
That's about the best part of catfishing. But don't forget that for bank fishermen, we can bring a little grill with us and our food with us and everything else.
Oh, absolutely.
And with a boat, you don't got the. Well, if you have a pontoon boat or a boat like Rogers where you can have that little grill on it, you can do it.
Yeah, that's a nice little setup.
Yeah, I like Rogers' boat.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to be 100% bank fishing.
Yeah.
Because there's no freedom on the boat.
No freedom on the boat.
Yeah, you have to sit there and if you walk around, you have to step around the consoles and chairs and everybody else to walk around the boat to move. On the bank, you got acres you can walk to stretch your legs and everything.
Yeah, true, but you got to carry all that gear acres around you, though, too. Boat, you
Amen
just
to
grill
that.
up, full anchor, you're gone.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get a pontoon for that reason.
Yeah, I'm still, I've been out on 2 or 3 boats my whole life. Pontoon was my probably one. No, I take it back. I've been on 4 boats or 5. My very first one, I was out with my uncle. He had a fiberglass boat. It was called a BJ boat. It said BJ on it. I don't remember the name. I don't know. It's a real nice boat. It was a bass boat. It was a bass ski boat, so to speak. It had the glass windows, about an 80s, 90s model. I didn't really get to fish off it much. I really liked it. Of course, I was a teenager. I was only about 14 when I was on it. Second boat I was ever on was on a pontoon. Now, I fell in love with that pontoon. It was only an 18-foot pontoon, but it was open. Man, that thing was awesome. It was like sitting in a lazy boy sitting there fishing off the side of that boat. All the comfort in the world on that bad boy. You can do whatever.
Right.
Second boat, of course, was my little small one, like what J-Dog's got me. Fourth one had to be his blue boat, which is a fiberglass older boat, really heavy boat, but that thing is solid. His is an old ski boat as well. It's very open in the back. Now you can still fish up in the front too, past the windows, but from the windows and the steering and back, it's straight up. I mean, we could probably do cartwheels back there if we wanted to. It's a 20-foot boat. It's deep. And what y'all saw me in yesterday was one of his newer boats. It's an older Sea Line, is what he told me. It was a Sea Line. It was open. It was a center console boat. But, man, that thing had plenty of room to walk all the way around. It did move side to side a little bit. It was a little bit more unstable than his big blue boat. But that's because I think it was a different hull. If he's on here, he'll correct me. What kind of hull was that, Jason? See, his older one the big blue one, it's like 2 holes in one. It's got the V, and then flat or something like that. I'm not real sure. You know, y'all guys have to. I don't know much about boats, so I'll admit that.
Awesome show tonight, Kevin, and hello, Mark with Catfish and Crappie.
There's
How's it
Mark.
going, Mark and Kevin?
Now, another person that if you have questions about going live, Haze, you can get a hold of is Mark.
Mm-hmm.
He's been really killing it on live streams, and he's good. But he's also knows some holes up there by where you live, where you can get in contact with him, and he can hook you up with some flatheads. So I know he lives up in Chicago, and you live up by Bloomington.
Yep, Bloomington.
Which is about maybe a couple hours apart from one another.
Yep.
And I don't see Jason Lamb in here yet, but you got Mark, you got Outdoors Addiction.
Hey, Mark.
Epic, I believe, is up around Springfield area.
Like I didn't get out on Mark's boat. Mark's boat's a real nice boat too. I forgot the name of it. Oh, it's a real nice boat.
I've seen it, but I've never.
I had the chance to go out, but I let Matt go out first, and then I didn't get to go out the second time, and I kicked myself in the butt for it because I want to see how it felt. You know, it's really hard to know what boat you've been on a few. My brother.
Norman, you're talking about catfish rods. Well, I just posted it in the chat a little while ago.
Yeah, I put it up there.
$14.99 on Amazon.com.
Mm-hmm.
They're called a Luire or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice eyes on them. And they're heavy. These are the heavy version of it. They are a very heavy, stiff action tip.
Oh, those are
great for channel.
Ceramic.
They're carbon fiber. The eyes are all stainless steel.
Yeah, because stainless steel is better for braid.
Yeah, they're stainless steel guides. So the only downside is they are a 2-piece. So they're perfect for putting in the car, but.
Yeah, that's what I like about the GX2s, the one I bought. They're mainly just for channel cats. I got a lot of channel cat videos I want to go over this year. And they're going to be perfect for it. I wanted something different than the normal Joe, what everybody else was using for channel cats. I wanted something to have fun with.
Bait casting or spinning. I figured heck for the $16, $15.87 or something like that. They're not a bad rod.
No, not at all.
Hey, Mark, Catfish and Crappie. This is another fellow Illinoisan catfisherman up here, Haze. We need to get him hooked up on a flathead. He's caught blues, he's caught channels. We need to hook him up on a flathead.
Well, if he's from Illinois, he's got the best area, the Fox River.
Yeah, and the best person to help him get him on that Fox River would be Mark.
Yeah. Or if he wants to come up here to Wisconsin and fish sometime, I'd be more than welcome to take him up to my spot.
So, Ace, you been doing any ice fishing?
I haven't been out ice fishing. All my tackle as far as ice fishing goes, I've got the 2 little rods I picked up, but all my tackle is in the back of my truck. And I had everything stolen Christmas morning out of my truck.
Oh.
So just now getting back on my feet and getting stuff put together.
Hayes, you're on Facebook, right?
I am.
Yep.
You can look up, you can go to my friends page and look up Mark. I ain't going to try to pronounce his last name.
Yeah, I was friends with him on there.
All right, so you can contact him.
Look up Catfish and Crappie.
Facebook. He can hook up with you with your catfishing and stuff like that, and help you get you a flathead catfish.
That'd be amazing.
Because he said, "Hello, Hayes. We can do that."
Mark's in here right now, so
Yeah.
not really, Mark. The Wisconsin River has kind of went downhill in the last 2 years.
And Mark, hey, once you meet Mark Haze, man, he's a good man. I say this, he's an outstanding gentleman. Wouldn't you agree, Norm?
Who's that, Mark?
Yeah, catfish and crappie.
Oh yeah, I like Mark. Mark's a good guy.
I mean, Mark is amazing.
Mark's real cool.
He's full of knowledge he has a lot of knowledge.
Yeah, I like Mark. I actually got to sit there and talk to Mark, hang out with him on the first trip up there, and I got to hang out with him a little bit on the second trip. He had to leave out early.
Yeah, I didn't get to spend as much time with Mark as I wanted to chat with him. I got to spend a couple hours with him on the last trip.
Yeah, Mark's a real
Was
good
that
guy.
on the meet and greet?
Yeah.
And Mark can also give you all the info on the Mendota meet and greet, which is going to be held up here in Madison, Wisconsin, with Mark, Lyle, and a bunch of the rest of us. That's going to be a beautiful spot if you want to catch 20-plus pound channel cat.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Go ahead.
I see Mark on there was talking about that some people caught 7 flatheads a night on the Wisconsin River. That's one of my things I want to look for a little bit more in the summer is flatheads for me. It's not real hard to catch a blue or a decent channel cat around me. It's not that hard. I mean, let's put it this way: it's easy to catch the smaller blues under 10 pounds in channel cats. That's a given. But when you start getting into the 30s and 40s, that's when it starts getting rough right here because they're not there. We have them, but the numbers are not there. And some of you already know the pay lakes. That's why.
Yeah.
But flatheads though, there's a lot of small rivers. Like we got the Green River, we got the Licking River, the Kentucky River. A lot of these other rivers are not commercial fished. So the flatheads are still going to be there. The big flatheads are still going to be in these smaller rivers because, a flathead, a 60 or 70-pound flathead can survive in 10 inches of water. That's it. As long as it has good ocean and some bluegill, it will survive because they're a hot water fish.
Everybody's pretty much fished out the Wisconsin River.
Example.
But the Chippewa River up here is just packed full.
Here's an example of Wren Lake. The shallowest part of Wren Lake is maybe 18 inches to 18 inches deep. The deepest part is 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I've been looking at the Navionics on it.
It's not all deep holes. So there's deep holes scattered around it, but it's shallow. Flatheads live in it and survive in it in the wintertime. Big blues do the same thing. Flatheads do it. Crappies do it. Bluegills, big bluegills that's in that lake do it. Because they know where to go.
Yeah,
I've seen what Chad caught today. I'm very proud of him. Good job, Chad. That's a really nice fish on the Ohio River.
That was an
I'll
amazing
have to go look at that.
I'll tell you right now, big fish like that, big decent sized trophy catfish don't come that often on Ohio River.
No.
Some people make it look easy because they know what they're doing. I'm not saying Chad doesn't know what he's doing. No. I'm just saying the fish, they're just not there like they used to be.
I'm just going to say this. Whoever's coming down to the meet and greet, make sure you got fresh line on there. Fresh, good, strong line. I don't care if it's monofilament. I don't care if it's braid. I don't care if it's cat hair. Make sure it's good, strong line. Because under that water, there's tree stumps. Those flatheads will wrap around and tie you up to where you're going to break off.
Chad gonna pick on me now. I'm giving him.
So have you decided which campground we're using?
Me and Norm was talking about this one campground.
Hold on, I'll pull it up and I'll tell you.
Yeah, he supposed to send me the link to it again, and I never got it. Because I was gonna. You're on Avid's meet and greet, aren't you, Haze?
Yeah.
We was gonna post it up on there,
All right, cool.
but I haven't. I've been forgetting about it.
I've got some pretty decent line there, Avid. Got the 30-pound suffix.
This was sent to me by somebody. I don't know who sent it to me, but it's a Sky Spear braid. It's 20-pound test. I'm going to try it on my skipjack rod because I'm only got one rod to re-spool, and that's my casting rod, and that's going to go with 30-pound braid on it.
This stuff here is 80-pound 8-strand.
Now, see, I got 8-strand on my 6,000 and 8,000. That's supposed 30-pound braids on that one because I'm gearing up for flatheads this year.
Are there skipjacks in the Ren Lake? Are there any skipjack in the Ren Lake?
Skipjack, we can catch him right now around down below Alton Dam.
Okay.
So I can catch him right now with a cast net or with a pulley spoon. So that won't be a problem. But there is a bait shop that's Mark said that not Mark, but Norm said it's close by there where you could probably get some skipjack if we need it. But I'm going to try to bring some frozen, vacuum sealed and frozen.
Yeah, I might give it skipjack.
I'm going to try to catch some skipjack this year.
Yeah, I'd like to take a trip with me, Chad, and J Dog. And like I was telling them, I like for all three of us to go somewhere and spend a whole day on whoever's boat. It don't matter. All three of us pitch in for the gas for the vehicle, the boat, the tackle, food, whatever. And go somewhere and just fill coolers plumb full.
All right,
so I think that'd be fun. Cause I've never caught skipjack. I've never caught
Well, J Dog Norman has a really nice looking boat.
You get a laugh out of.
But you could make his boat look a lot better if you present him with one of them CHH t-shirts.
That hair.
It's just because I think you need like some of that cat guy.
I didn't think someone would take
a test racket.
He's gonna put cat hair in all his rods now. But Ren Lake, you have to respect the waters because under that, yeah, there may be brush underneath there, but a lot of places you're going to go fishing, there's going to be tree stumps.
Yeah.
Under the water, you ain't going to see. Or rocks.
Take it easy, J Dog. Don't get him all big headed now.
Who's that?
He said Chad is a professional. I said it. Go.
No, if I was going to go with a professional, I'd go with Mark or Kevin.
Just picking. We
need bananas in chat for Shad anyway.
There's a lot better fishermen out there than me. I just get lucky.
I know.
Just get lucky.
It's like during the live fishing streams, it's hard to get fish to bite, even though you're in a good spot.
Oh, we was in a couple of good spots yesterday. I knew there should have been some fish there, and I'm like, man, what? And I was going by, I don't never do winter catfish. So I went by with what I've learned from everybody. Find structure, fish shit, fish on rock pilings. Well, we fished that, and then someone said go smaller baits, make smaller leaders. And I thought about all that. I mean, I did everything I could remember. And the very last hour, I didn't go by nobody's suggestions. They always say go deep, never go shallow in winter. Well, there's a few that say it. Well, we went shallow. I didn't know if it was structure or not, but we got hung up in it, so there was structure there. And I caught those last two fish with just that sinker right on top of that hook. No leader, no peg float, big, huge. I'm talking about big chunks. I mean, okay, let's see. Okay, take my tape measure for. That's a cobalt bait. That's it in my hand.
Right.
We was throwing baits that big, and that's when we started catching those little channels. It took that big. It took about that much of a skipjack to catch a little 2-pound channel. That's when they started fighting.
But see, I don't use a lot of the avionics and stuff like that. I watch the river and let the river talk to you about the currents, the seams, and stuff like that. What it's doing,
I wish you'd tell me where the fish were at.
huh?
Picking on you.
If you watch the water, it's going to tell you where the holes are anyway, because the water's going to come up and boil anyway. Where you can drop baits in front or behind it for your cats and your predator fish anyway.
Yeah. That last spot we chose, I wanted to fish it. It was up in a bend, pretty good bend in the river.
Right.
And there was some structure in the water. We had fallen trees over in the water. That's where J Dog was catching. Caught his first channel cat was over some structure. Under some structure. And and then they just started hitting. Once they turned on, though, we put 5 in the boat within 20 minutes. It's crazy. And then after that, done. I was like, why would y'all do that for? Why would you just all of a sudden everybody would start biting? I mean, we even missed a fish or two during the process of catching those fish. And then when they was done, that was it. Nothing. Not. I was like, this is weird.
But see, the same way with a lake, when the wind's blowing, it'll tell you the same thing where the coves are, where the jetties are under the water and all that. Because when the wind's blowing that water, it's gonna, with the ground that's up close to the top of the water, it's gonna come around it like a jetty.
Yeah, I'm a fish Wren Lake on top. I'm not fishing it on bottom. I'll say that right now.
I'm hoping I can make it down there to Wren Lake this year.
Well, according to Sean, if he comes down, he was talking about stopping by and picking you up if it works. If it works out for him. Sean, Great Outdoors. Well, we'll talk to him, see what his game plan is on that one.
But yeah, I want to use Patriot James floaters up there at Wren Lake. Like some of the flatheads, most of my biggest flatheads I've caught underneath of a bobber suspended about 6 or 7 foot deep. I feel like the flatheads, they do stalk their prey. I'm pretty sure they stalk their prey. They sit there and they look at it and whatever else before they smash it. I feel like when you're fishing suspended and that bluegill sitting there swimming like that, and he's trying to take that big bobber down, that flathead's looking like, oh, he ain't going to make it, so I'm going to eat him. That's an easy meal there. And I've had more strikes and more flatheads caught fishing on the top, not directly 1 or 2 foot. I mean, I've caught them 1 or 2 foot, but, having them suspended under the float,
I just ordered 4 new Patriot catfish bobbers.
Justin, you are correct. Catfish are camera shy. Like, I've seen Roger go live and have trouble catching fish. As soon as he turns it off, boom, fish. I've seen Chad do it. Chad go catch a fish before live, or catches one after, boom.
Right here.
Look what he's got.
Yep.
You got the pink ones?
Yep.
He just came out with some new floats too. Did y'all see those?
I think those are the ones I ordered, the new floats.
Yeah, they look pretty good.
Hopefully, I'm getting the new floats. So I agree with that one, Mark. We should go see Sean in South Dakota sometime and fish with his tanker perch.
What you need, Mark, is find you a younger friend, a little bit younger than you. Become really good friends with them and make them pull your sled around and stuff. That's what you need to do.
Yeah. Everybody that will be going to the meet and greet, get a hold of, if you have Facebook, get a hold of me and Norm. We'll get you on the Avid's meet and greet, and we'll do a roll call so we get a head count of people that's coming. Does that sound about right, Norm?
Say it again. Sorry, I was reading Justin's comment. And Justin, I have to agree. I've caught more flatheads. Well, in your case, shovelhead, Betty Lou Jr., I tell you what. Suspended underneath the float. I've caught more flatheads in it. But what was you saying? I'm sorry, David.
About everybody getting a hold of us on Facebook that has Facebook, and we get them on David's meet and greet. And we can get a roll call of a head count, somewhat of what we're at we know what to expect.
Yeah.
Mad Catter, I'm from the Eau Claire, Wisconsin area.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the meet and greet. Mary's going to try to come, but she's having some nerve issues in her face, and it's radiating down to her side. So she's supposed to be going in for she's got 2 surgeries coming up. So if she gets that fit, she'll be there. If not, she says she just doesn't want to be around a bunch of people, hurt.
Right.
When it flares up, she's right now she can't even eat a burger. I mean, we had to. I had
We're
to
pretty close to the same age.
yeah, and
Watch out, Norm. Jason's going to take you back to school and put your arms to work this weekend.
that's always they're getting work. Oh, I'm ready to go. The first time I went up with Jason, I did get sore from pulling up the anchor in front of the blue boat. Yesterday I think I pulled it up a little bit more than last time, but I'm actually not that bad. I figured I'd be sore in my arms or something. So I'm pretty good. I told Mary, I said, Jason worked me out there. She's like, what do you have you do? I said, I got the anchor on the front. I said, it's a little bit bigger than the ones in the back. I said, but, if someone's taking me out fishing on the boat, I'll pull that anchor up all day. I don't care.
I'm raring. I'm definitely
you know,
raring to go this summer because, like I said, everything of mine got stolen Christmas morning, and half crazies as well. But Michael Murillo sent me 3 reels, bait casters. Chris Flores sent me a couple of rods.
everybody in the description below, there's a link to the GoFundMe page for Maurice Kaysen. Please go visit it and show him love, and let's help him out because he's going through some real tough times with him and his family.
JB Outdoors, he sent me a couple of rods. Rebecca sent me a tackle backpack with hooks and some weights. And then I have no idea who sent these, but they sent 4 of the.
Thank you, Maurice.
I'm going to definitely put them to good use this summer. I can't even pronounce the reel.
J-Dog has one of those reels, and he has really
I have no idea what to say.
I can't pronounce it. Don't ask me. You gotta kill it out right.
Like I say, they sent me 4 of them.
That's
And
nice.
then Fishing Louisiana sent me 3 rods to go with it. And then I have the one I picked up. So
Yeah, I know Matt Catter asked about the Facebook thing. If y'all are on Facebook, it's real easy to find Avid's group or mine. I got a page, I got a group. It's just plain Catfish Headhunters. And Avid's meet and greet is exactly like how it sounds. Avid's meet and greet. And it'll pop up.
Yeah, just look up Avid Fisherman and friend me on there and send me a message, and we'll get you hooked up on those pages.
When
I think you're already on the meet and greet, but you can go through my friends list and find Norm and add him as a friend.
Yeah, you type in Catfish Headhunters, it shows my ugly mug on there too, so you can't miss
If you
it.
go through the pictures of my friends, you're going to find your ugly mug.
Yeah.
The FBI profile mugshot.
I know I'll be Mad Catter. I've never met the man though.
Mad Cat is Richard Ward.
I'm always down to meet new people and fish with new people.
Well, Richard Ward, he lives in Missouri. He's going to be there at the meet and greet this year.
Yeah.
And so is I think you're coming too, right, Haze?
I am.
And
J-Dog's going to be there.
Serena from Louisiana, she said she's going to be there. Sabrina.
I think J-Dog and his whole crew's coming. J-Dog, Tara, their boys.
Yeah. Then we got Catfish Katie Collins. She says she's coming.
Yeah, she's not very far from it.
Well, she's 4 hours away. 2.5, 3 hours away.
Yeah, she's about an hour and a half, 2 hours from it.
Thank you, Mark, for posting those links.
Yeah, for another thing, when you're in this is something for Haze here. If you have guests on, like you're on, you invite me or Avid. The guest, we can't comment in the comments over here on the side in StreamYard. We would have to get on a whole nother device, then comment in the chat. We can't, but you could if you was the host, but the guest, we can't comment on there. We can see it, but we can't comment. Just a heads up. So if someone's like, well, I can't comment. That's why it's just how it is.
But
all
see,
right.
you're on a computer, right?
What's that?
Are you on a computer or are you on your phone?
I'm on my computer.
Yeah, I'm on my computer as well.
So
Yeah.
you should be able to pull up this live stream on your phone and comment through your phone as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a separate window on my computer here that I can
Okay.
watch the YouTube. Yeah.
Because you on regular YouTube, if you have the video muted,
Uh-huh.
you'll see the chat quicker than
Yep.
you will see it on StreamYard. Because there is like what, a 2 or 3 second delay or something like that.
The most I have ever seen was 48-second delay. That's not every stream, but after it's on for a bit, it does slow down to about 20-second delay. So, sometimes when people post comments, it won't. They posted it like 30 seconds ago, but it don't pop up on us until. So there's a little delay.
I've probably met Mark in person from Catfish and Crappie because he just posted in there. He grew up fishing Wonder Lake. I used to live on Shady Lane off of Thompson Road, right there at Wonder Lake.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. It's like there's no telling how many of y'all that live in the same state. It's probably been side by side each other fishing the waters in the same bait shop, same Walmart aisle, and never even noticed it.
Yeah.
Justin, the meet and greet will be the third week in May, 20th to the 24th. It's a 4-day event. We will have a catfish tournament for bragging rights only, like we did last year. So Jason Lamb will have to come and defend his first place title. And there will be a catfish cook-off between me and Mighty Mouse over there. Norm.
Who is your cousin, Mark?
And there will be a crappie tournament as well.
Because I actually lived both sides of Wonder Lake. I lived over behind P.P. Matthews Water Company and the opposite side of the lake on Shady Lane.
I will promise you, my catfish will not kill you.
I do.
What?
If you eat it. When we do that cook-off, I promise you, my catfish will not kill you.
You still sound them garbled.
Hey, Norm, I noticed when you went like this, you need to do a little more working out because it kind of hangs down like it does on me.
It's catching up to me.
Got to build them arms up some more, pulling them cats.
Oh, I catch all them little fish. Ain't no work no much on them little cats.
So, what gear do you use, Haze, for crappie?
For crappie, I just have a 10 to 12 pound mono, light action rod, the Daiwa reel. I don't remember what number it is. And it's only, I think it's a 6.6.
A 6'6"?
Yeah.
I wouldn't, man. The smallest rod I have for fishing in the covered boat docks is like a 5'6" or 6 foot rod.
Right.
And it just dropped the line down. I've never casted it long distances for crappie because I have a 12 foot rod that I do that one with.
Walmart has a really nice rod for it's a 10-foot rod for crappie. It's called the B&M rod.
Yeah.
For $9.99.
Huh? A B&M crappie rod.
A B&M a crappie rod. That's one rod I've kept in the house here. I haven't ever used it that they did not get.
I've never seen a B&M crappie rod out there at Walmart for $9.99.
There's a B&M West Point crappie rod.
That's a 10-foot.
It's a 10-foot rod. I don't know how good the camera will show it, but
Yeah, the 2 5-foot sections on it.
Yeah, I'll be making sure I bring a lot of minnows up with me because the good thing about this one spot. I posted it in Avid's meet and greet. The link to the
sitting right here, I can
campground.
actually reach out and move my curtains around with it.
Oh, nice.
It's
That's
a
a
10
nice
foot.
one.
It's a 10-foot rod.
I may have to check that out.
Haze, Jason says wave at J-Dog.
Yeah, the good thing about the campground that I'd like to stay at, if we can't stay at that one, no big deal.
If
There,
you're on Facebook, message me or Norm, and we'll get you hooked up on the page and everything.
the good thing about the campground where I think we should have that is there is a Love's truck stop, not even 10 minutes from there. So if we need ice or something, boom, we're there. There's a bait shop about 10 minutes away. We need bait, boom, it's just there. There's a lot of little small amenities that I think would play a big role in us having a good time.
Yeah,
If it comes down to needing something.
there's a little town of Benton, not even, 10, 20 minutes from there.
Yeah, 10 minutes north of it. Yeah.
And Hayes, you were talking about these earlier.
It's so those of you that want to have a motel room or something,
Yep.
Benton has that covered. They have a Walmart there. They have gas stations. They have fast food, whatever.
And for the ones that don't want to camp, there is a motel and hotel around as well. Because let's face it, sometimes sleeping on the air mattress sucks. I'm gonna go lie. So if you want to stay in a hotel or motel, there is a few around that's not far from where we will be at. So
No.
Did you get your rod holders done yet for your new SS minnow?
Yeah, those are done.
Hmm.
Right, Norm?
I'd say otherwise you could have.
what's that? The rod holders?
Yeah.
Oh man, they're both ready to go. So I just gotta. The only thing I'm waiting on it now. I even went and got a new trolling motor for it. I went and bought a brand new one.
I picked these up at Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the coupling nut and the threaded rod.
Whoever's going to be camping, bring some extra blankets. Unlike Norm.
Hey, it wasn't supposed to get that cold that night. That weather forecast was bologna, son.
No, Norm,
Crispy, deep fried bologna that you wouldn't eat. It was horrible.
Norm did not take his own advice.
Well, I really
give everybody else advice, but when they came down to everybody on the last meet and greet, to bring extra blankets, extra clothes to stay warm. He did.
Hey, it was only supposed to get down to 52 degrees, not 31 that night.
I hope you had your tent locked, Evan, so he couldn't get in there and snuggle up against your back.
No, he went to his car. That's too far away for him to get to my tent.
Yeah, that last night did it for me. I was sitting there. I had every material that I had towels. And, when everything's cotton, and you're in a tent that's not real airtight, you're sleeping on an air mattress, you're not going to get that warm.
I was on 2 air mattresses. I snuggled up in 3 blankets, and I was cozy.
Good night, Maurice.
All right. Yeah, have a good night, Maurice. God bless you. We'll keep you in our thoughts and prayers.
But, yeah, man, dude, I got cold that last night. I got up, and that phone said it was supposed to get down to 26. I'm like, what? I'm like, why are y'all changing it? Let me try it right now.
Just look up
it was
Benton, Illinois, and Rend Lake. REND Lake. And they'll give you a lot of information you want.
Um, 54 degrees up in Illinois compared to 54 degrees in Kentucky is totally different. They don't have no humidity like we do here in Kentucky at all. Like on when I went up there, the both trips I went up there, after I had air conditioner on at 6 o'clock in the morning when I left Kentucky that day, on the first day up. Okay, after I left Kentucky, hit Indiana, it wasn't too bad. I was able to turn the
But see,
AC off and be fine. I rolled the windows down.
if we'd have been on the other side of that berm camping, we would not have been this cold.
Yeah.
But
Then I hit Illinois. As soon as I got a little bit into Illinois, windows went up and the heat come on. I said, "What in the world is going on?"
But see, once you get closer to the water, temperatures drop, and the wind channel, that's a wind tunnel. It's going to push that cold temperature off that water right into camp.
Yeah. Well, the water wasn't even that cold, though. The water was still mid-50s.
All right. Have a good night, Mike Turner, and thank you for the Maurice's link.
But, yeah, anybody's want to come out and hang out with us, fish, y'all are more welcome, If y'all need help how to get there, use Google. It's pretty easy and simple. The campgrounds we're looking at, they all have electric. Some of them, depending on which campground you get, can be a little pricey. I wish there was a little bit cheaper option around the lake, but there really ain't. Unless, I think for like an extra $20 a night, you can stay in a motel. I'm being serious. That's how expensive these campsites are.
But for those, you got to also look. They take really good care of that lake.
Yeah.
They keep
Oh,
it.
it's only an hour or two from Run Lake to Abbots. We can all go crash at Abbots if it gets cold.
That's true. You got a lot of liquor. We can have a lot of fun.
He does all that cooking out there and smoking and stuff. We know who's a good cook.
Well, Norm knows I'm a good cook because I cooked breakfast and lunch one day out there.
Well, see, he's admitting to being a good cook. So we go stay at his house. At least we got breakfast and supper.
That is true.
See, I cooked breakfast at the meet and greet, and I did lunches and some other stuff at the meet and greet. So,
yeah, I want I still got all the gear that I had from last year. The only thing I'd like to add to my camping scenario is a coffee maker and probably a 2-burner stove, and that's really about all I would need.
Hey, Walmart has a 2-burner stove, like I had, at a real decent price.
Yeah, I think they was like $29. I think it was.
Yeah, I'd grab them right now before they go up.
Yep.
I'd love to come down there to Run Lake.
Those 4 packs of propane cylinders for $13 at Walmart.
I'd love to come down there to Run Lake, but it's too close to the Mendota one.
I plan on doing some more cooking when I'm out there at the meet and greet again this year. So if you guys want to add some eggs and sausages for breakfast and stuff and potatoes, that's fine. I'll supply the cookware and all that. Because, heck, fried potatoes, sausage.
So this is how, if you're wanting to come, this is what we'll do. We'll all sit down, do a head count, see who's all coming. We'll all bring different stuff to make it more fuller. Like I want to bring a bunch of L8s from my area to share with y'all. If you got something in your area you want to bring that's something new that we may not have tried, like I've not tried, bring a little bit of it, share it. Everybody brings something different for food. If you want to share food, fine. If not, keep it for yourself. It's just bring what you got and let's have fun.
When we get close, we'll be
I
doing.
wish you guys would change the date so it's just before the Mendota one. That way I can come down there, meet up with you guys, and on my way home, stop at Mendota.
That's
Mr.
true.
Gadget, it's the third week in May, the 20th through the 24th. It's a 4-day event. It's on Rend Lake by Benton, Illinois. It's between Benton, Illinois, and Mount Vernon, Illinois. Hook up with me or Norman on Facebook, and we'll get you hooked up into the Abbott's Meet and Greet page. And we will be doing more lives either on Avid's meet and greet with everybody that's going, so we can find out what we're bringing, what's going on, and everything, and get more organized.
Okay, so that's right. Mad Catter, you answered my question. I was going to ask when the Mendota was. I was pretty sure it was a week before Avid. You know, like before we even knew the Mendota was happening. I mean, it wasn't even an hour after I left the last time. Avid called me on the way home, said, "Hey, I'm ready for the next meet and greet. When should we set it up?" And when here I am driving home, and we're sitting there planning it out. And I was like, "Yeah, let's do the third weekend in May. That sounds good." You know, and that was back in September. Yeah. So, I mean, I really want to go back to Kaskaskia River too. Like,
But I'm going to do that one in more of a
I say we do that in July.
like August and September. I won't do it in the middle of the summer because there's not much shade there.
That's true.
Because
There is no shade there on
if Mark comes, I want shade to where he can fish and stay cool without him having medical issues. The same way with Sean if he comes. I want people that want to be comfortable in the shade and be cool without having not much shade there.
Well, I'm going to put this one out. We got the one coming up in May. Toward the end of the year, can we plan something in McHenry where we can go down on the Fox River and harass Mark?
Oh,
Mark might shoot us. Don't mess with Mark. Mark will not play games.
There's a couple spots I want to plan one up on because I know the one in the fall
River.
If I could find the campgrounds up in there.
Boy, the Fox River is a big river. It runs a pretty good ways, don't it?
If we can get into McHenry, we're right there close to Mark. I know his areas that he pretty much fishes, so we could have a blast.
I'm not going to push in on his area. I just want to be able to have a meet and greet up there where everybody around there can come up.
Well, he fishes above the McHenry Dam, so we can fish top and lower side there.
No, Mark, I don't want you to hide. I want you to be proud of us if we come up there and fish with you up in your area.
Like, I'm always down to travel. You know, that's I used to, a couple of years ago, I would not be doing this. I went through a really bad stage to where I had really bad anxiety issues. What set that up was I had my esophagus ripped on me one time, and I about died in the hospital. And there for the longest time, you know, I was so scared afraid of getting choked again and ripped my esophagus that it set up a panic mode pretty much for my body. You know, anytime I ate something, I think it may open my esophagus or rip it. It put me in a really bad stay-at-home anxiety mode where I was afraid I didn't walk. I was afraid I would die or something. You know, when you have something like that happen, it just does something to your brain. It just throws everything off. And, you know, about 3 or 4 years ago, I wouldn't be doing this. I really wouldn't have been. Mm-hmm. But I finally got past it, you know, and I finally beat it. And
please feel free to jump in and chat.
It's crazy.
Get used to being live.
But, yeah, like 3 or 4 years ago, I wouldn't be out here traveling state to state to go fishing. There's no way. Now, shoot, you give me a 2 or 3 week notice, get my stuff loaded up and some money saved up, I am golden.
Man, Richard Benton, Benton, Illinois. Benton, Illinois. Oh, you're not far from Mad Catters. You're not far from me either. About an hour and a half drive from me. Both Richard Ward and Mad Catters. They're only 70 miles south of St. Louis, so that's maybe hour and a half, 2 hour drive. So would I. Mo Creek, I'm going to have you as a guest one night up here. You and Richard Ward both.
Yeah, I've been thinking of an idea for a meet and greet in my area because there's a lot of Southern Ohioans, what would they call them? Southern Ohio people,
Iowans.
and Northern Kentucky folk that all have channels and fish together, fish close to each other. But man, I am not paying $35 a night for a campground because it's on the Ohio River. I won't do it. Nope.
What the heck?
The cheapest one I have found is $35 a night. Most of them are RV campsites only. You have to have a camper, and it can't be no more than 10 years old because of the insurance. Something to do with the insurance, because they don't want people going there 30, 40-year-old RVs that fire hazard, meth lab rolling or something. I don't know. But, and they're really picky. Like, I found one up near Portsmouth, over close to where Roger fishing. I was like, hey, over wouldn't be bad. And, dude, they wanted almost $40 a night. And then you can have up to 4 people, 2 vehicles, and everybody after the 4th person, it's $5 additional. I'm like, no. There's no way I'm paying that much. If I'm going to pay that much, I might as well find somewhere I know I'm going to catch fish, go down to the Tennessee River, find me a motel, and stay nice, warm, cozy bed, food, TV, wow, then go fishing. You know what I mean? Now the Kaskaskia River where we went at, it's really nice. So the price, $10 a night. You got electric, you got shower, bathroom. Dude, you will not find something that cheap in Kentucky. Nowhere. Ever. You won't even find that when it's just primitive camping. Primitive camping here in Kentucky, just a tent, no electric, no water, no bathrooms, nothing. It's $25 a night anywhere.
But see, that was $10 a night. Had a scalding hot shower. I had electric, and had bathrooms on the site.
Yep. See, that's what I mean. I mean, you're not going to find that here in Kentucky.
That wasn't ran by the state. That was ran by the Corps of Engineers.
Yeah, Corps of Engineers, yeah.
And they really liked having us there because we brought more business to them after every meet and greet because of the publicity we put out on YouTube. And I've got contacts back from them saying, thank you. We enjoyed having you there. We enjoyed the people that you brought in afterwards. Instead of having blank spots during the summertime and the fall, they had more people coming in there.
And see, up there at the Kaskaskia River is what motivated me to want to try later on. I'd like to build. I know it kind of sounds kind of silly to some people, but I'd like to be able to have a vehicle I can go fishing out of and sleep in. Like, instead of paying the campground fees, go somewhere fish on a river and sleep in the truck at night, or go park in a parking lot somewhere at Walmart or a freaking Lowe's or somewhere I know there's people there all the time. Crawl from back of the truck, go to sleep. I ain't paying no, you don't have to pay nothing sleeping back in your truck.
Let's see, what I'm going to add to my tent this year is a cot.
Though,
I'm going to put a cot in my tent this year.
Yeah, I was looking into some cots to get off the ground. I'm limited on it. I love my little tent. It's just an A-frame tent. It's literally put up in 10 seconds. It's done. I've been trying to find a little bit bigger tent that's the same way, but it's usually just me when I'm going out on these fishing adventures. I can't drag the whole family. Sometimes the wife doesn't want to go, or we can't find a babysitter to watch all 3 of them. And I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm not dragging all 3 of mine out going to 2 or 3 different states. Because I can barely take them 30 minutes up the road and they're ready to go home.
Yeah, I got it made. My little S10's got a 6-foot box, and I'm a short guy, so I can sleep right in the back of that with no problem.
You see, I have a nice big tent. I like it.
Yeah.
It gives me the room to walk around in. I can stand up and do jumping jacks in there without no one knowing about it.
Jason, if you know the name of it, let me know because I've looked through that area and I haven't found any campgrounds in that area.
But what are you thinking, Hayes?
Yeah, what's on your mind, Hayes? You got any questions or any suggestions or things you'd like to see happen or, you know? Oh,
Whoops.
Yeah, unmute your mic, Haze.
You can unmute yourself.
Oh, there we are. Sorry. Yeah, I'm thinking about camping, but if there's a hotel nearby, I may be doing the hotel route.
There may
Or my
be
wife will come.
10, 15 minutes from us where we're going to be camping. There's going to be the truck stop, and I believe there's going to be motels around the truck stop and gas stations. Right, Norm?
yeah, we got there is the,
There's a town in Benton just north of us.
there's a
15
luxury truck
minutes.
stop 10 minutes away. There's a few motels and hotels, depending on which one you want. There is actually cabins around that you could rent too. That's a little bit away from it, but it's still kind of close. It's not no more than 20 minutes. There is quite a few bait shops. There's one directly 10 minutes away that from what I've read has really good good feedback on their live minnows and shiners and the normal Joe common red worm, night crawlers, minnows, shiners, stuff like that. Normal
Right.
tackle. And then if you drive about 20 minutes, I think south of it, there is a Walmart. So it's got everything you would want if you go camping and don't want to drive far to get ice or, hey, I all my ice is enough. I need ice or need more bait. So that's a good thing where I thought would be a good idea.
That's what I like about Lake Mendota, down on Lake Mendota, where we're going down there with Lyle and Mark and everybody. I know of some cabins down there. They're like $200 a night, but they have no limit on how many people can stay there. So I figure if I rent one of them, the whole gang, as far as I'm concerned, can sack out on the floor with sleeping bags.
Yeah, J Dog, there's one down below you, but they only accept RVs. I think it's in the hold on, let me make sure. There's Wellsburg.
I won't sleep in a hammock camping until around June or July. May would be a little bit too soon to be sleeping in the hammock because wind blowing through it unless you have a blanket insulated on your bottom side to keep the wind from cutting through.
Yeah, that would be really cold.
Keep you a popsicle.
So, Ivan, what's the largest flathead you caught?
The largest flathead last year was 35 pounds.
Nice.
And that was out of Kaskaskia River.
Mine's only 36. That's what my 36 has been my flathead for the past about 4 years. I'm not even gonna lie, I've not.
But I will tell you this: I found more flathead activity of a night than I have during the daytime.
Oh yeah, you'll find more flathead activity at night, without a doubt. Especially on those hot summer nights, dude. That's when they really kick in.
That's when they come out to feed us at
On the
night.
Kaskaskia down at New Athens, where I haven't taken Norm to fish yet, I've caught the 35-pound flathead 12 inches off the bank.
Holy cow.
Yeah, you don't need to cast that in the middle for flatheads. They
No,
like
I
throwing things.
just did it for shits and giggles. Because I seen these fish jumping up on the bank. I'm like, all right, I'm going to see if it's a striper or if it's a hybrid bass or largemouth bass chasing these fish up. I forgot all about the flatheads in that river. Just dropped a 4-ounce weight, 22-inch leader with a live bluegill out there.
Yeah, them flatheads, dude. Them flatheads, they
4-ounce
love
weight
throwing
left the
things.
bank like that.
Wow.
Took straight off out.
That's the way the Chippewa River is up here. At nighttime, you fish the very edge of the bank.
Yeah, my hardest PV, I know it's going to be really, really tough to break. Now, how accurate that scale was 10 years ago, it kind of makes me question if it really weighed that much. I may just restart the PV over just for my own sake. I do have a picture of this fish somewhere in a fallen box. We have moved so much over the past 10, 15 years. It's
3.5 pound channel.
no, mine was 23.
See, I do have
23 pound
the
channel.
That's what I got in Lake
Right,
Mendota. Was
on
23
my
pound.
clip of fish I've caught. The picture of him on a fillet board, but he was released back. All this fish that you see, except for one that was hit by a boat, he did not get released back because he wasn't going to live.
Like, I was sitting there thinking on there, I was like, should I really count my PBs that I caught previously before I started the YouTube? Like, should I start over fresh? But that would be even more, but that'd be even funner. At least then I can have it logged for sure. Knowing I've got 2 scales guaranteed to nail it within a couple ounces, being accurate,
Well, see, my thing is, my PB blue rod is broke, so I had to replace it. So I'm wondering if I'm just going to start off with a whole new PB for blues or what.
Mostly, not gonna lie.
I've never seen them. I've gotten that 23 pounder and I've gotten hundreds of 20 pounders out of there. But I've heard people that have caught in the mid 30s in there, but I've never seen them that big in there.
I have read about Mendota Lake. I did a lot of research when I figured out that Law and them was going to be doing the Mendota Lake, and Chad and all them were going to. Mendota is very known for 30-pound channel cats. There's people, if you get online, forums, before Facebook and MySpace and all that stuff, forums were the place to go to talk about fishing. If you can get on some of those old forums and read where people has caught fish, where at
that, Mark.
Well, I'm not going to say it in live stream, but there's a boat landing down there that's got a feed river that comes in, and right there is a great spot.
That is true, Mark. That is true, Mark.
Mark makes a very good point. You cannot undo a PB.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, that channel cat was 23 pounds, and I'm like, I don't know if I'll ever beat that. I mean, if I go somewhere to like Mendota Lake and I fish it really hard, it's possible. Yeah.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Me or Haze?
Haze, the guy above you. They could drop a hot cup of coffee on your head if you're not. What is your goals for your channel this year?
Yeah, my goals is to keep growing, to go live, be consistent with more than one video a month. I'd be catching them right now for that.
What is your subscriber count right now?
59.
Everybody in chat, let's share out Haze's channel and page. Let's get him up to 100.
If you can, try and put out one video a week at least.
Even Catfish Regulators, welcome. Even if you do go live and just start talking and having guests up on lives, like it did with Mark and Kevin, their channel just boomed. They blasted and they grew really good.
There is one thing I will tell you, Haze. If you're wanting to do a video for fishing or live, if you don't think you like it, don't do it. That's one thing I have learned with myself with doing videos. There for a while, I was worried about getting video up every week or doing my live show every Saturday nights. Now I'm at the point to where if I don't feel like it, I'm not going to. If it's a video I don't think I would like, I'm not going to do it. What you like is what a lot of others will like as well. That's what I have found. There's a lot of people I would have never guessed there's a lot of other people that like using chicken for bait or like doing homemade DIY baits and going out catching fish with, or that had the same passion as me and the gear and the techniques, the way I fish and the way I want to fish. It just blew my mind, when I started doing YouTube. Everybody was like, hey, I fish just like you. I'm like, really? You use a Walmart dough ball and making homemade baits? Yeah. I'm like, okay.
Well, thank you, Mark, for sharing that link.
Struck me out on the chicken part is I've been using it for 50 plus years. I figured everybody would have known about it.
Yeah, that's the thing, dude. I thought everybody knew about chicken. I've been.
I mean,
My grandpa and my dad used to fish it all the time years ago, and I started out at 5 years old with my dad fishing the banks with chicken.
like,
Yeah.
hey, you know how to throw a cast net, right?
Yes.
You can do videos on do a DIY video on how you throw a cast net, where you can help people do teach them how to throw a cast net.
Yeah.
You can do them on how you tie your lot, the knots you use for your hooks, your swivels, your rigs, and all that. The way there's all kinds of videos that you can do on your channel for whether you're at home, spooling, the rigs you tie, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a
As
good
well
idea.
as fishing videos.
Yeah.
Another good pointer. Like I said, do videos that you want to do, that you know that you would enjoy watching, something that you know that you like to do. Another pointer: be yourself. You know, I don't really want to say it 'cause I don't want to make nobody mad, but a lot of
good
people
Battle Trap and
be yourself.
thanks for coming in.
You know, be yourself. You know, most people that get really big headed, they won't be sitting here in a tank top with all their chest hair and arm hair. You know, I don't care. I'm on here having fun. I don't care if I get big or not. I'm on here to have fun.
Exactly.
Another thing, I shared this out, and I see. I told a few other people this. I noticed they're taking it pretty good. Everything that you see at Walmart that's catfish, because I know you want to target catfish and some other species. Anything that you see at Walmart on the shelf is a review in itself or a video in itself. Testing that bait, trying the hooks out, doing a review on fishing line, rods, reels, anything in that nature. Everything on that Walmart shelf, Cabela's, Bass Pro, eBay, it's all a video within its one self of every one little item.
And
So,
that's just like Palmetto. Just like Palmetto tonight. He did that knot tying show. Well, I do one that has no knot at all involved. I don't know how well you guys will be able to see it, but you just run the line through the eye, hold it down, wrap the hook 5-6 times without going through any loop. Bring the other end back through the eye.
It's a snail knot, ain't it?
Basically just a knotless snell.
Yeah.
And that will not pull off of there.
I call that the no line knot.
The no knot snell.
But I will have to give,
And
I will have to say this: Catfish and Crappie has done amazing things on Friday nights.
yeah, he has.
He started off with one live stream when he first came on my live stream, and then he stepped up and helped me cover Friday nights, and my schedule won't let me do it anymore. And I gracefully let him have the Friday nights, and he's been going rock hard with. I mean, he's been going. I mean, he's just grown exponentially.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know,
I gotta get my show
I
back
could
up
not.
and running.
I
The
could.
bait
I mean,
shop mafia, but Norm kind of stole my co-host.
Mark could not be a better person for Friday nights than anybody else.
Absolutely. I've been really enjoying watching him.
don't shoot me, Ace. Don't shoot me, buddy.
I love watching.
I'm not gonna shoot you.
I love watching Mark on
I
Friday
enjoy
nights.
watching this.
He's taking it to a whole new level.
Yep.
And I know
Hey.
if he ever needed help, I can ask him.
Mm-hmm. Did I ever tell y'all that Ace sent Mary a pot holder and sent me a bass spinner bait? I don't know if I ever told anybody that.
Mhm.
Sure it is. I forgot all about that.
That's pretty awesome.
And I consider Mark a good friend and a awesome dude.
Yeah, I consider all y'all friends. Like,
I
There
consider we're all friends, but I mean,
yeah.
I was fixing to just let Friday nights be open, and he just offered to step up to help.
Yeah, like all of us are going to have. There's always going to be a disagreement on what way another fisherman fishes or a bait or techniques. we all fish different. We all fish in different waters, so we're all going to have different tactics of how we like to fish.
But I may have a big surprise for all of you though too.
Yeah,
I may
and a lot
have a new co-host coming up there, and I got Rebecca just about talked into it.
Talked into what?
Being my new co-host.
Good luck with that one.
But yeah, there's a lot of things that people get caught up on too.
I will be having a co-host up here with me after a while when they get better internet service.
Yeah,
And
definitely make sure you got good internet service.
Hey, you'd be surprised who this will be.
And one thing I'll say, don't get caught up on what everybody else is doing.
Nope.
No. At first, I'm not going to lie, I was trying to compete with some other people, and I got to realize, hey, that's not me. I'm not doing it.
This channel isn't about competing with other people. It's me trying to bring other people into lives and people to see them and get to know them and get young channels up and growing and helping them grow.
Hey, I'm on here to have a good time, talk some smack, get my butt kicked by some people probably in tournaments and stuff. I'm just on here.
Don't worry. That one versus one on us will be happening soon.
You better get in line because I got a few others that want to do 1 versus 1.
No,
again.
hey, you were. This one's already been put on the back burner, so it's going to be happening before other people's.
Well, this Saturday should be interesting. Me and J-Dog.
Take a day off during the week to do mine.
Yeah, I can do that. Me and J-Dog versus Chad and Muskrat.
You see,
Saturday on Mark's channel. We're still working it out. It's going to be on his channel. He's going to be the host. No, it was his baby. We're still working out the rules. I threw that suggestion out there to Chad that J-Dog said, hey, no double hook rigs and no electronics. It didn't go too well. So we're going ooh, that would be good. 2 poles only.
Mad Catter, that is my goal. That is how I started this channel, is to help not only my channel grow, but also the other small channels to get people to know, see who they are, put a name to the face, get to know them, and help them grow.
Yeah, Mark, you're going to be slammed this year with that 1 versus 1 or, like 2 versus 2. It's going to be a blast. Like, there's going to be days that I know I want to go fishing, and I'll end up canceling going fishing just to watch other people fish.
We'll see. Yeah. You can't cancel in February.
Well, I'm going to be really, really nice to you, Norm.
And I'll reach out to you and talk to you about it, Mark.
Because this summer, starting June 1st till the last day of June, this is going to be a challenge between me and you. To see who can get the largest cat on an ice fishing pole.
I got an ice fishing pole.
I am down for it.
Ice fishing rod in my shed, so I don't have to go buy one.
Yeah, we're not real sure what the rules are going to be yet.
I will not be using chicken.
And I promised you, Norm, this will be with me all the time at Lake Mendota.
That's going to be interesting to see.
But
yeah,
no,
that's true, J-Dog. That's, me and Jason talked. We didn't want to set too many rules. We just mainly want to poke some buttons, have some fun. When I told Chad, I said, yeah, I think J-Dog mentioned no electronics and no double hook rigs. And then Chad straight up said, what, you're going to say no rods on the boat too?
I can't use a double rig hook. A double rig.
Hey, who would you like to see Norm at Run Lake go noodling for a cat? So you can pull arm up a hollow log in water, bringing out a 70-pound cat.
Stinks here in Wisconsin. We can only have 1 hook per line.
Nope, I'm good. I'm out. I'll go ahead and noodle.
Hey, another thing you can do with your Haze, with your YouTube channel and stuff, is any little DIY product you come up with.
No, not you, Haze. I'm talking about You watching Norm do it.
No, what were you asking, Haze?
So the ice fishing rods, are they like medium action or heavy? Or are they same way as all the other rods?
The one I have up in my storage shed is a stainless
It's
steel ice
just
fishing
like
rod,
standard.
and
Okay.
it has some good
Ice fishing rod.
good stiffness to it.
Yeah, you won't see me noodling out there. I've seen too many of my buddies' pet paws coming back with only 2 fingers.
I went with the buddy. He set
Nah,
up
I'm good.
30-gallon barrels, and he reached down into it, and he lost 3 fingers.
Holy cow.
Snapping turtle.
And that turtle took him.
That's
Yep,
why
that's why you won't see me doing it.
to find out what's in there. You take
I
a
like
stick
I like
first.
to have all 10 of my fingers.
You'll feel the bite on that stick.
Spirit fingers.
On a bamboo stick, if you stick it in there, and you can tell what bites on it just by how the vibration.
And Mark fishes out of a boat down there in the Fox River. In the
Bad
Kennedy.
thing is though,
When I was younger on the Fox River with my dad, we had a bucket of night crawlers sitting on the bank, and this was at night in the dark. I reached over to grab a night crawler out of the bucket container, and it was just surrounded with water moccasins down there. So
yeah. The bad thing about that though, Avid, is once you get in that hole and you figure out it's a turtle, it's too late. He done champed down.
No, I'm saying that's where the bamboo stick is for. Because once that
Oh
turtle
yeah,
bites that bamboo rod, you can pull him out
that's
and get
true.
to the catfish behind him.
Yeah, y'all can do all the noodling you want. I'm out.
Hey,
I'll watch.
and that took a long time
Exactly.
when I did it.
I'll be the one in the background. Look at this idiot. You're gonna lose a finger. I told you.
Hey, I haven't lost my fingers yet, and I've noodled before, so
We'll see you in action this spring.
no, I ain't gonna do no noodling. Not by myself. I'm not.
But yeah, it's gonna be a fun year. Pelmetal's got this whole whisker.
Mark is good on the bank catfishing.
you ever run into that problem down there, Mark?
What problem is that?
The water moccasins on the bank.
Dude, I hate snakes. Like if I walk up on one and I see it, I'm cool. But if I'm sitting there and I don't expect it to be there, yeah, I'm gonna move a little bit. Or beat it to death with my rod, either one.
That's why I always carry sharp knives on me.
That's why I try to avoid when I go fishing to wear shorts or anything, because I've been chased by a few snakes this past summer bait fishing. I've been sitting there bait fishing, and I see snake on the other side of the bank, and I don't know if maybe I'm close to their nest or whatever, and they come across that creek sun just wide open after me. I'm taking my bluegill pole, beating the heck out of it, trying to get it off, trying to latch onto me. And I wish I had my GoPro on that time it happened. Oh my god, it would have made an excellent video. But I didn't have it on. I was just bait fishing.
No, we were just a little ways up from the McHenry Dam on the park side. Just a little out of the park area, up in the swampy or grass area.
He's unwrapping something to smack you in the head.
He's up in there.
He's going cocky with something.
Norm, this is what you need right here.
Yeah, that's what I need right there.
Hey,
Maybe
Maybe-
duct tape it to the end of my rod, so that way I have a little better chance.
hey, Haze, now you can reach down there and just shave him. Just give him a good
All right, come on now.
no, like this, from the head back down to the bone. A good Indian scalp.
Yeah.
Hey, I got one of them too, but I also got 2 Bowie knives in my truck. If I'm going like bank fishing or night fishing, and I know there's going to be snakes around, I'll carry the machete and I'll have a Bowie knife on my hip.
Yeah, I saw a snake up there at Kaskaskia River last time I was there. I was up there fishing and next to that little opening there behind the spillway, not the spillway, the lock. And it was a solid black snake. I don't know what it was, but he was either a bit that big around. He was a big old snake. I don't think he was poisonous or anything, but I just saw
black snakes are not poisonous. Black snakes are not poisonous.
Yeah, I think it's a rat snake or something.
No, just if it's solid black, it's a black snake. And all they do is eat rats, small fish, and whatever people leave on the bank.
But he went down in one of those cracks down in that where that ground was so broke up and so cracked real bad down there. He went down in that crack. I was like, all right, so which crack is he killing up beside me to bite me? Which one is he coming up?
You don't worry about him because he ain't gonna bother you. He'll eat a water moccasin and he'll eat the other snakes.
Mo, I would like to carry, but there's so many idiots out there. I would be tempted just to shoot them in the leg, just shut them up. So it's bad for me not to carry at all.
I do carry, but not when I'm at a meet and greet or anything.
I mean, I wouldn't shoot somebody just to be.
Night, Jason Blackburn.
No,
Good night, Jason.
It's getting to be where you have to carry though nowadays. It really it's getting really bad out there.
I carry protection in my truck.
It's getting bad. Like last year, we had an older man fishing up at Cave Run Lake. He was up there fishing the spillway, and somebody robbed him blind, stole his wallet, his keys, his phone. Only thing they left him with was his fishing pole in his hand, and that's it. About an 80-year-old man just down there fishing, enjoying life, robbed blind. They didn't beat him up, but there was another incident around the corner about a month after that an old man did get beat up. He was only he was about, I can't remember, I think they said 40 or 50. I don't really consider 40 old, but I'm just saying, giving you an estimate. But he was an older gentleman, and they got him pretty good. Some younger teenager out there. Like, I never, in my teenage days, drove up like, hey, let's go beat this old man up over here fishing and robbing blind. What puts that into your head that you want to hurt somebody? Just
especially when it's older than you.
Like I you know, sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I feel bad sometimes killing a bluegill for bait. You know, I'm sitting there cutting that bluegill's head off. I'm like, I'm sorry, buddy. On the hook you go. You know, but you know,
cutting the bluegill's head off is a lot different than harming.
Oh yeah, it's a totally different ball game. But yeah, I never, you know, unless someone comes into my house that's not welcome or tries to hurt me and my family, I'm not going to hurt nobody.
I will protect other people if I have to. If they can't stand up for themselves, I'll help stand up for them.
Yep, that's what gets me in trouble a lot. That's what gets me into trouble a lot. As when somebody's, you know, I probably shouldn't be sticking my nose in some people's business out in public. But when I see someone going off on someone else, I get involved sometimes. I'm like, hey, shut your mouth. Don't be running your mouth to that old man or old lady. And then I'll get there I am right in the middle of it. You know, it just kills me seeing people just so disrespectful these days, dude. Like,
trust me, I understand that.
The world's getting really nutty because I had an incident where I got a $250 disorderly conduct ticket at Walmart. I come out of Walmart one day with my groceries and stuff, and there's this 28-year-old girl, and she's just slapping the living heck out of her 4-year-old daughter, 4 or 5-year-old. I walked up and I got in her face and I says, leave the girl alone. You don't have to be smacking the crap out of her. They wound up calling the cops, and I got a disorderly conduct for protecting the little girl from her mother beating her.
Let's get back on the fishing, okay? Like he was, we was talking before we went live. Moderators are good at, like you were seeing, Mark sharing links. Which they're good at. They're good at doing that. They're also helping keep the peace and, like I'd like to say, peace, polite, peaceful, respectful, stuff like that. And if there's trolls coming in like that one that came in earlier, someone took care of her real quick. She got hello, then she made a statement that didn't fit in with chat, and someone timed her out.
Now, I will say this, Hayes. Once you reach your threshold, like so many subscribers, so many watch hours, if you don't want to have guests on and stuff like that, you don't need StreamYard no more. But when you're just using the YouTube platform, you can't do stuff like this. You can't add stuff like that. You can't do countdowns. It's literally hit go live, and that's all you get. I mean, that's literally you can't put no names, no nothing. But at least you don't have to pay nothing though.
Jason, did you see I don't know. I'm trying to see who was in here when I first went live because I should have had a countdown timer on my.
To do your countdown live, you have to get it ready and hit go live as soon as you hit it. If not, it's going to play and you're going to think it's playing. But if you don't hit that go live when you hit that down counter, it won't do it. Ask me how I know.
You forgot?
I did. I thought when you hit that countdown, it automatically started. It don't. You have to hit it, then hit go live as soon as you get it up in the window.
Oh, okay. So I had to go through the banners and hit it first.
Yes. And you gotta be quick because if not, by the time you hit go live, it's down to 9, 8, 7. You're like, oh crap.
That's where I'm trying to learn how to get that countdown timer going.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
Good.
It's fun.
Yeah,
I'm interested to see what Haze does. Like, I know he said when he first started. I remember you mentioned me the first time. First time that I started watching you, and you showing me all some of the mudcats you got. Dude, I'm down to watch mudcats get caught. I'm happy with watching people catch mudcats. I know you got them. What was that lake you was fishing in?
Who, me
Like,
or
Lake
hey?
is right.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
I usually fish in Clinton Lake.
Clinton Lake. That's right. Yeah, like I'm interested. Like I like seeing how people start out. Like, let's see. Trying to do a good example. I'm really bad at explaining this stuff. I agree. It's easier to get going on a computer. I would agree most definitely.
Like I was saying earlier, between me, Norm, and Mark, we can help you with any questions you have on going live on StreamYard and on Facebook or straight on YouTube. The three of us, we can help you with whatever questions you have.
That's awesome. Thank you.
So, are you looking? I know we talked before. I think you said you was looking into making some homemade baits too, and going out and trying them one day.
Yeah, I thought about it. A lot of my fish I catch on stink bait.
Yeah.
Trying to get away from that because it's just so messy and stinky. I'm just wanting to just catch my bait and use it there.
It is.
Start trying using some bluegills, shad, red horse sucker, carp, Asian carp, big head carp, stuff like that for bait. Big cats love them.
Catfish regulators? No, we haven't. I haven't seen Becca in.
I haven't seen her at all. She normally comes in here She's normally in here every Sunday night with us.
She wasn't in Palmetto. She hasn't been in Rogers. She wasn't in mine. She wasn't
in Staines this morning either.
Nope. So she may be having internet problems, or maybe she's busy.
She may be having problems with something. Don't know.
So Hayes, have you thought of a cool logo yet?
I'm just throwing around. I don't want to be like everyone else's. I want it to be completely different.
It's so hard not to try to. It's so hard. It really, really is. Like
it was hard to come up with the logo I have.
Like my catfish, I paid almost $103 for just that little catfish, so that way I could use it.
Really?
Yes, like it. You can get online and buy them to where you can copyright it to where you own that logo. No one else can use it. You can use it on your platform, or you can use it on shirts and stuff like that. That's why I've been using it so much here lately, and just trying to find that right mixture.
Right.
And I saw somebody the other day with it on there. I said, "Where'd you get that?" It was on Instagram. I said, "Hey, where'd you get that logo at?" I was just curious. They said I downloaded it from Google. I'm like, and I thought that store was supposed to take it down, but I don't know. They could have had it before I bought it, but like when I first started, Chris Saunders, I didn't know who he was, and I had my logo made up, and this is before I even had 500 subscribers, and I get on there and I start watching him, and I'm like, well, it looks like my catfish, and it was on his shirt instead of a boat. I said, well, heck, I can't use that, and I bought that one too. So I'm like, man, this is getting hard. There's only so many catfish logos that you
Sure.
can actually buy and use.
That's why I like Photo Editor, because you can make your own.
Yeah, Mark, that's exactly what I did with my catfish when I registered it. So, I could be one of
Mark,
those.
give me a link
but-
on how you get them registered, would you?
I really
Okay.
like Mark's, the catfish and crappie. I think is brilliant. But the most brilliant, like we talked about a week or so ago, is 1 ton. 1 ton is the most.
Yep.
That's an epic logo.
Yeah, me and Haze were sitting there talking and exchanging ideas. I'm like, dude, 1 ton is so simple and easy. It's killer. It's gold.
Yeah.
I'm like, why couldn't we have taken something like that? And Mark's, there for a while, Hayes knows, I tossed around the idea of doing catfish and bluegill. But Mark's was already established with catfish and crappie. I didn't want somebody to think I was trying to steal his idea with the whole name frame. And then there's catfish and carp and others. I'm like, nah. Everybody knows me as CHH or Norm or Catfish Headhunter. So I was like, I'm just going to stay there. But I really had a really cool design, though. It was really cool. I spent a lot of time on it, and I decided,
I like the logo I have. I just added some words to it on the sides because that's me. That's what I'm going after. But I do like fishing for bluegills and crappies and striped bass and hybrid bass. But this is basically what I like going after. And flatheads are the target fish I like going after.
I'm really excited to see how Law Panfish Weekly goes because, Mark started the catfish and crappie. And when I heard him start talking about more crappie, it got me excited because I like panfish as well. I love bluegill fishing. I love bluegill fishing along with catfish.
Yeah, but you wait into a 2.5 pound crappie on 6 pound test and it's fighting like a bat out of hell.
Oh, well, I've caught 18-pound flatheads and 4-pound line on light action. So
I'm talking about a crappie.
Oh yeah, my biggest crappie is to date. It just measured 14 inches. I didn't measure. I don't know what the weight was. It was a farm pond. This is a well-known farm pond that previously had 16 and 17 inch crappie in it. But what happened was they started the farm pond out years ago. So that way, every time we did a fish fry, we had a family fish fry every Derby Day in Kentucky because Derby Day here in Kentucky is a big thing. Every Derby Day, we go out there and catch 4 and 5 gallon bucket full of crappie. I'm not even lying. Big old crappie. There's probably some that probably went over 2 pounds.
On Grand Rice Lake, on the lake where I did my last video, my biggest crappie I was 17.5 inches.
Yeah, my biggest crappie is only 14, and that's what it measured on the tackle box was 14 inches. So that's what I went by. It could have been 13 inches, but that's what it was. My biggest bluegill was 11 inches.
And my biggest crappie was as big as an antifreeze jug, if not a little bit bigger.
Crazy. Now my biggest bass, I'm not sure. I want to say 3 to 4 pounds, but I didn't have no scale. I didn't have nothing else. I caught it on a goldfish. I was flathead fishing and caught it a bass and some structure on a big old goldfish. He swallowed that sucker too. They wasn't no getting it back out.
And the bad part about that lake, which is also a good part, because Grand Rice Lake is a crappie hatchery. They do not have a crappie limit on it. Everywhere else in Illinois, they have crappie limits on their lakes.
Sure.
That's the only lake you don't have a crappie limit on.
No size limit either.
No size limit,
Wow.
no catch limit.
Wow.
They have size limits for your bass. They have a catch limit for your catfish. They have a catch limit for your spring and fall trout. But your bluegills, your hybrid bass, and your crappie, you can take
crazy,
you can take 100 of them home.
So, what's the you may have just said it. I've been reading comments and J Dog's been
That's
texting
cool,
me.
Mark.
What's the crappie limit on Ren Lake? Do you know?
I believe it's I think it's 10 or 15.
Okay.
I
usually don't.
have regulations.
If I catch a few crappie, I make them. I usually don't eat crappie. I usually don't eat bluegill. The only thing I really eat is channel catfish because I get more off of them for one fish. You know, I'm not trying to be mean or nothing, but I can't. My hands don't work. Like I just can't get around them little bluegill to get that meat off without cutting it in half.
At Ren Lake, you can catch bluegills like that.
Mm-hmm. Now I will say this:
you catch crappie almost like that.
I try to use. I went. Me and the wife and some friends went camping a couple years ago, and I got the big bright idea. I was going to eat me a bluegill over the campfire. No seasoning, no nothing. Degut it, nothing else in it. Lift the scales on and cook it on a stick over and over the flame. Nastiest thing I ever eaten my entire life.
Well, you should.
If I have to, I'll eat it when the stuff hits the fan. But I'll never do it again without seasoned salt or oil or a pan. I'm sorry, it's not worth it.
You guys are going to make me dig through photo albums, aren't you? Because my PB bass was 11 pounds out of the Falkirk Pond here.
That's crazy.
My biggest hybrid is 8.5 pounds out of Grand Marais Lake.
This was a largemouth right here out of the pond.
Yeah, the Clinton Lake's got some big stripers and hybrids. Big ones. The power plant where it's warm right now.
Yeah, the good thing about Grand Marais Lake, they had put stripers and hybrids in there 6 years ago. And they've been stocking it every year with bass, seedling bass, for the last 20 years. And that lake has not been fished for largemouth bass once.
Wow.
But if you go out with lures, at the right time of days and all that stuff, you might hook into a hog that's going to be pushing 15 pounds.
Yeah.
Same way with the cats. They stocked flatheads and blues in there and channels in there 18 years ago, according to biologists, and now they got some big ones in there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all do it or not.
Mark.
I don't know about y'all, but whenever I clean a channel cat, I fillet the meat off of the skin. I'll go down, fillet the fish, flip it over, cut the meat off, and then I'll go directly in the middle of the catfish fillet and take out that little red vein.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I do my catfish. I don't leave none of the red vein in. My family, like 90% of my family, when we did fish fries, nobody liked the catfish. Everybody's like, "Oh, we don't like it mud taste. We don't like it." I'm like,
I'm not much of a fan of chicken cats.
Like, he's like, "Oh, we don't like it mud taste. We don't like it red mud vein." I'm like, wait, just try mine. I promise you. I let mine soak overnight in salt water before I even cook it. It pulls all the blood out, all the gamey taste.
Yeah, that's the only way to do it.
And then in the morning, before I cook it, I'll take out that little mud vein there in the middle of the fillet.
Yep.
If there's any kind of redness to that meat that's been left over from the skin or anything, that gets cut off. I don't leave it on there. And then when I fried up in that Weisenburger that you like so much, David, man, it's flaky.
When I'm done with my cats, I always pack them in ice cold water, ice, and salt. And I keep chicken as the water changes, gets bloody, I change it out and keep changing it out so it comes out clean.
You know, Mark, if I actually probably ate more crappie, I'm able to say I like it. I don't eat much. I don't eat much bluegill or crappie.
I like
Crappie and bass. There's a little lake over between Lake Villa and Antioch. I can't remember the name of the lake, but that lake is just
your catfish probably tastes like chicken, Norm.
I see. That's what I was laughing about. Kool-Aid flavored catfish fillet.
At least Norm loves catching fish like this all day long.
Cherry or strawberry flavored, Norm?
One day go get your baby cat like that, and we'll take it from him, cut it off the tip of the pectoral fins and the dorsal fins, put him on a hook, and cast him back out there to catch something bigger.
Yep. I caught, dude, that first trip up there, dude, I caught probably 40 or 50 small fish under a pound. I ain't even gonna
say at least 70 of them in an hour.
And then the second trip up there, you know, I did catch 11 pound blue that first time up there. That's what I caught. I caught a bunch of small fish. Second trip, you know, I caught that 39-pound blue. I caught that 27-pound blue. I caught that 18-pound blue and a bunch of the channel cats under 10 pounds. And I caught that flathead. I caught, you wouldn't believe it, most of the fish I caught were on night crawlers, except for those two big blues. The 27 was on a bluegill head. The 39 was on the chicken breast and anise. The rest of them were all on night crawler. Everything else was on night crawler. That second trip, I caught a flathead on them. I caught carp. We caught striped bass. We caught white bass. Big old bluegill. That's the one I actually caught the 27-pound on because I chopped his head off. He was so big. Sorry, I had to use him.
What the heck?
That's what I was doing. I was bait fishing. I was catching all these different species in the same spot with night crawler on bottom. It was just blowing my mind. I'm like, really? What is going on?
Hey, Abbott, have you ever fished the Fox Lake?
No, not yet.
Oh, that's a good spot for crappie.
All right, guys, I hate to do this, but I'm going to hop off here and get my butt in bed. Tomorrow's Monday. I got to get some stuff going on around the house. I had a good time. Haze, yeah, man, if you have any questions, you know, you're more welcome to send me a message, you know.
All right, thank you so much.
You know, any of y'all are welcome to message me or my show. Y'all know that.
I message you, but you don't answer.
It depends on what time you send it. If it's 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm in bed.
Hey, even sometimes during the day he never answers. It takes him an hour to answer.
Now, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I work 10-hour shifts, so you probably won't get a reply between 7 and 7. So just a heads up on that. Now, Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
It take 2 days to get a reply.
If I don't reply back, it's because I didn't hear it, see it, or the kids has got the phone. That's the reason. So I've got an excuse some way, some form, every way it goes. So I'm
covered. It's just like his baby catfish excuses.
That's what Chad said too. He's always got an excuse. That's why he never gets out there in that boat with Chad.
Hey, I invited Chad to go out with me. He was too busy playing with a Jeep, putting a hitch on, so his loss. But hey, it's probably a good thing he didn't because he wouldn't have caught that big blue today if he did go. He would have been tired. Probably wouldn't have went out the next day. Mm-hmm. So it worked out like it was supposed to have been. That's how I look at it.
Thanks. Yep.
See you, gentlemen. Y'all have a good night.
Good night.
Now, Haze, when you're winter fishing, do you carry any kind of heaters or do you do a bank fire or what?
Nope, I just freeze.
You're not insulated in any way?
I got my insulated bibs. I got a pair of insulated Carhartts. I got boots on, but yeah, there's only so much you can do if the wind's blowing at you.
I see. Where I go do a lot of my fishing, there's places I can have a bank fire and stay warm.
Right.
Because a lot of the rivers I go to, yeah, you can build a fire on a bank and stay warm, either down below Carlisle Dam or the Kaskaskia River, or most of the lakes I go to, like Ren, they have a fire ring. You can put your catfish rods out and still keep an eye on them with the lights on the tip and be around the fire staying warm.
Right. Yeah. Well, a lot of places where I fish there, Lake Clinton, you're standing on rocks. There's really nowhere to build a fire.
Yeah.
So.
I'm normally okay. I'm like you, Mark. I'm normally okay as long as my hands and feet are warm. If my feet get cold, I forget it. I have to get back in the truck and turn on the floor heater and get my feet back warm to where I can be more comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm open tomorrow. I'm going down to Shelbyville. It's all rock, but it's supposed to be a lot nicer area.
Right there, Evan. They're $10 at the dollar store.
What are they?
They're little hand warmers. And they're also portable chargers for like your cell phone.
Oh wow.
Okay.
They come in a little bag.
Are they Dollar Tree or Dollar General?
All the dollar stores carry them. They got the charge cord and everything right with them.
I'm going to, Mark.
Then,
There's one down below Carlisle Dam. I want to go fishing more.
they've got the 3 light settings. You can set the settings to high, medium, and low.
Okay.
And it's hot right now. They get warm quick.
That'd be cool. I won't get some rubber muck boots, so when I go down below the spillway in the springtime, I'll have them. Then we'll take some foot warmers and put them on my feet to where it'll stay warm in the rubber muck boots.
Yeah. I was out in the cold snow the other day, and my feet were getting cold, so I got 2 of these. I slid them down on my boots.
Well,
J-Dog had bought Norman one of those already.
Yeah, I figured I was going to grab 2 of them when I seen them, one for each hand.
I got to find out where you found them.
Just found them at the dollar store.
I know, Dollar General or Dollar Tree.
Both of them have them. The Dollar General in Eau Claire has it, and the Dollar Tree both have them.
I have to go look for them. I don't really pay attention to that kind of stuff when I go looking.
And they're the as seen on TV, so Walmart might even have them in there.
yeah, those look pretty nice.
Yeah, they are. But that might be something you want to look into too, Haze.
Yeah, most definitely.
Because you're up in the cold area up there, and Mark can help you with ice fishing and stuff like that.
Right.
What I like them is I've got the gloves with the fingers on them, and I've also got the gloves without the fingers, and they fit just nice right in the palm of the hand while you got the glove on.
Mhm.
Yeah, but then you go grab a rod, you got that thing in the middle, and it's going to be hard to grab the rod.
Put
Yeah,
them on the backside of your hand, on top.
yeah, that's what I have.
But ice fishing is fun. I mean, I've been in states where ice fishing is a blast. But once you hook into a 45-pound cat, trying to bring it through a 17-inch hole, you're going to be taking that ice auger and cutting out 3 or 4 more holes to get that cat up out of there.
Yeah. That's insane. You can catch a catfish that big on those little rods.
Or you can catch them on those little rods. You just got to make sure you have good enough line and good drag to bring them in.
All right.
And then I picked these things up for the ice. I don't know how good they're going to do, but they ain't got much for a spike on them.
Those are made for ice fishing.
I'm just afraid of getting out there and falling on my rear end on the ice. So I hope these things work.
Anybody that walks on ice with cleats or no cleats, and in that slush and everything, bound and determined, one of these times they're going to fall and bust their butt.
Mhm.
That's a given. I pray it don't happen, but it's inevitable. It's a law of physics. That's awesome, Mark. 7 10-pound channel catch day on 3-pound test.
That's pretty cool.
That is a
Yep.
fight. That is a fight. That's ice fishing too.
Yeah.
And trying to get I almost bet did that fit through a 17-inch hole, or did you have to cut another hole, Mark? I want to think you had to cut another hole to get those 10-pound cats out of there. Because that, I mean,
A 10-pound cat should come through a 12-inch hole.
it depends on how fat he is.
Yeah, I saw a guy who had to cut it out larger because his fins on the side, the horns were getting stuck.
Right. Because normally when they're mad and they're trying to defend themselves, they will not lay those pectoral fins or the dorsal fin flat. They'll
Right.
keep them flat out wide just to protect themselves.
hmm
Because I'm almost thinking the 17-inch hole on the 10-pound cat might be a little narrow. A lot of 10-pound cats I've seen, they're pretty chunky.
I agree with that, Norm. 100%. It seems like the fight's not as much. And they're cold and more docile.
What type of circle hooks you use, Haze? Your hook of
Yeah.
choice.
I use a Team Catfish, size 8.
I use Team Catfish too.
Yeah, I like it. They're really strong.
I go for, Team Catfish from size 7 to size 12.
Yeah. They're stout. I like them.
Oh, yeah. I don't get the thin ones. I get the thick ones.
Yep.
Because that way, if you do have to use pliers, you don't have to worry about them breaking as much as the thin wired hooks do.
Right.
But I like them.
Yeah.
I
They're nice.
like those Team Catfish hooks. Someone gave me a couple packages of the triple threat hooks. I'm still out on that one because I'm used to the thicker, stronger Team Catfish hooks, where the triple threats are a little bit more thinner.
Now, I won a package of hooks on Catfish Weekly, and they were the Hooker's Terminal hooks, 10-aughts. They're a really good hook, too.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Whisker Seekers hooks are good also.
The Whiskey Seeker hooks.
Yeah.
I'm just so used to the hooks I've been using.
Right.
Team Catfish circle hooks. I mean, someone gives me another set of hooks, and I'm looking at them and closely inspecting them because I know what I'm like in Team Catfish. I'm like, well, these are thinner, these are thicker and stronger, but you use pliers on these ones and they're going to break.
Right.
I'm like, okay.
I found the only nice thing about the thinner hooks is they seem to pierce better because it's a smaller wire going through.
Yeah, that could be true.
Okay, I didn't know that. A pro tip on team catfish: double action hooks. They work better on mono than they do on braid. Is what Mark was saying.
Yeah.
Mustad, demons, and gamakatsus. For me, I think I like the whisker seeker hooks too.
You see, I usually take most of my team catfish double action hooks. I usually turn them into triple thread. I'll twist it off so it's at a side angle a little bit. Offset.
That's why a lot of the hooks I buy are already offset. But I wish Team Catfish would already have those offset. Those
That's
thick
one
ones.
thing. I haven't seen any offset from Team Catfish yet.
They don't.
That's why I
Especially
always,
the thick ones, because you have to use two pairs of cloth on both sides, and those thick ones are hard to hell to bend.
duct tape. Take a couple pairs of needle nose pliers and duct tape the ends.
No, I'm still saying the thick, heavy shank Team Catfish hooks.
Yeah, they're hard to bend, but if you duct tape the ends of the needle nose pliers, you don't get the little indentations or grooves in the
Right.
metal hook to make it snap easy.
I don't get them anyway because I use cloth.
Mm.
But trying to get those big hooks to bend is hard.
Most definitely.
I mean, it takes forever to get them things to bend. I put a cloth around them and 2 pieces of cardboard. Put one in a vise and put a little piece of hollow pipe on one end and bent it.
Wow.
That's how much it took to bend one of those hooks. I did 18 hooks that way.
Jeez. Or it'd be easier if you put it in a vise and did it.
Right. But you always have to make sure you have it wrapped in cloth and a couple pieces of cardboard on both sides to protect the hook.
Right.
It's like when you put that little piece of metal across the top of it, you got to make sure that hook is protected by cloth so you're not going to nick it.
Mm-hmm.
But getting that thing to bend, man, you might as well just play with a card chain. But so how are you liking this so far, Haze?
Oh, I like it.
Normally, you can control how long you're on here for.
Right.
But Sunday night, just to hang out and just chat until whenever.
Right.
Because I have to stay up all night anyway, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out here in a little bit. I gotta get
Okay.
broken.
Just let us know when you're ready to head out.
Yeah.
It's a blast to have you on here.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it.
I already have a live bait tank built once. I shared because I did a 75-gallon aquarium in my bedroom. I just took out all the gravel and everything and just put a 5-gallon filtration system in it.
But I'm going to get out of here too, Avid, so we'll catch you guys later. And it was nice chatting with you, Haze and Norman and everybody.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Ace.
Yeah, but good night, Ace. But I already did a 75-gallon live well that's an aquarium. And I got bluegills in here almost the size of this little blue, bigger than this little blue screen right now.
Wow.
That we're looking at.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, they're like 5 or 6 inches right now.
Yeah.
And they were born in that tank at that. When I found them in the tank, they were that big.
Holy cow.
And now they're about like that big. But they're going to be catfish candy anyway. And they got some meat on them now.
Yep.
They'll be going under a Patriots bobber.
Yep. Absolutely.
But I can't wait to see how many people will be coming down to the meet and greet and the action and the fun we're going to be having.
Right.
It's going to be a blast. The last two was a blast.
I saw that Kevin posted they've canceled Catfish.
The Cat Con.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that they canceled that because that's one thing I was wanting to go see.
Yeah.
And meet some people. I was really wanting to see that one.
Right.
Because I was fixing to take 4 days off just to go see it.
Yeah. But next year now.
Yeah, but now next year I'm going to have to start back and redo it all over again.
So, all right, I'm going to get off here.
All right. You have a good night, Haze.
All right. Thanks for inviting me.
You're welcome. We'll do it again.
Awesome. Have a good night. Thanks, everybody.
Good night. Mr. T-Bone, hi. How are you doing? $15 people, that's good, Norm. If we're estimated right, that's 15 people. Wow. So, thank you, Mark, for sharing all the links and all that. And thanks for being an awesome friend. Thank you, Norm, for helping with questions for Haze. He has your contact information on Facebook, Mark, as well as yours, Norman. Hey, Eric Burnside, how you doing? He lives up in central northern part of Illinois, maybe an hour or two away from you, Mark. He's looking to get into ice fishing and into some flatheads. I'm the man. Regulators, why? But the goal is to help him grow and get him growing. He wants to do some lives, and we're going to try to help him out with that. I'm going to do my best as this channel to help the smaller people put faces to the names, and we can get to know them that way and help them grow. I tried to do my part. I just try to put faces to names of the young, small YouTubers and let us all see them. Get to know them, help them grow. If you have questions for them, whatever. And just have fun. Kick back, relax, chat. And I hope you guys like it. If not, leave me a message and give me some ideas of what you think of how I can make this better. And with that, I will say good night, tight lines, and I will see you in my next live, whether it be on the bank or on Sunday night. And I will see about getting what guests I can get on for next Sunday night. And Mark, good luck on your endeavors on Wednesday night pan fishing. You're gonna do an awesome job. You got a great co-host, Lau. You guys are gonna be great together on it. I can't wait to see how that is gonna be. It's gonna be an awesome, epic show. You're welcome, Mr. T-Bone.